Cek cek. What's up guys? Welcome back again. Hari ini adalah hari terakhir untuk switch stage dari match juga yang terakhir guys untuk Paperrex versus Team Liquid ya guys ya.
Slow left for playoffs.
Welcome teman-teman ya. Semoga hari ini kita bisa melihat persiapan dari Paperrex di match yang menjadi match penentu. Yang pulang siapa, yang lanjut ke playoff siapa ya guys ya.
You don't want to have to choose between these two teams, but somehow that's the situation we find ourselves in now. Paperrex coming off of a tough loss to Genji, and TL with Nats back are looking strong.
Yeah, and I really thought maybe there just isn't enough time to incorporate their IGL so last minute when he got here yesterday.
Let's go guys, let's go guys.
Wrong. They came out the gate swinging, and Nats is still in that argument for most valuable player in my eyes purely because they win with him and they lose without him.
Nice on. Today, prove it's on.
Have met before. Almost everybody on Paperrex participated in that match.
Jangan lupa istirahat ya. Siap bro.
And
Siap bro.
nobody on the side of Team Liquid and this current roster was there. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup. And you heard it from Nat himself. He's never faced Paperrex, so I have no idea how it's going to go today. But Mel, this is definitely going to be one of the most important games for these two teams.
Yeah, I think too, thinking about the EMEA playstyle and how it
Saya sudah siap dibuat tekan Paperrex bang.
Favors APAKAH most of the time. That raw aggression and how they play typically tends to take.
Berapa win lagi bang? Satu win lagi nih guys. Last matchnya yang maksudnya penentu guys ya. Playoff atau enggak?
The mind versus the madness that is Paperrex. That's really what we're going to see unfold in the server today, because Paperrex have been continuing to play.
Skor, semoga sih 2-0 ya.
Yeah, normally it's
2-1 buat Paperrex. Paling
just the mind. Oh, sorry. Wow. I'm so sorry. But for Paddy, now on Team Liquid, it's going to be a little bit about revenge because he was eliminated by Paperrex.
3 Pasifik atau 2 EMEA bang? 3 Pasifik dong.
Of course, we're going to put him up against one of his opponent. Here's Jen, Davai, and Padatek.
Hello everyone, Jen Lee here with Davai and Padatek. Now Davai, this is Padatek.
Hello.
And in case you don't remember, you've been living in his mind rent-free since Masters Madrid. You sent him home once. Are you going to send him home again?
We probably gonna extend the trip here, and on the way back you can think of me more.
Whoa! Padatek, you heard the man. But, I feel like you've been waiting for this rematch for the longest time ever. You know, what's the game plan here? What's on your mind?
Just more experience and just shoot heads, because we're gonna come hard for you.
Oh, redeem yourself.
Yes.
All right.
Yo, Sliggy, which side are you on this time?
Yo, Sliggy, don't forget you are Liquid content creator.
I guess if you switch the train, I guess you are heading to Berlin.
Choo-choo.
Why do we stop that? Why do we even come back to the death? I want just the entire pre-match to be a back and forth.
It's like they're fighting over custody of Sliggy. It's crazy.
Yeah, and Sliggy of all people, you know, in a world where
Sliggy Express.
FNS is out here watch partying. They're going after Sliggy. Damn. Can't believe that.
That was so funny. I really wish I could see more of that.
Yeah, and I also love the way that normally you would expect Padatek to be one of the trash talks a bit more, but on the side of Paperrex, it's Davai coming out, giving it. Can he back it up? Does he have a reason to be this confident?
I mean, I think so, honestly, coming into this game. You know, PRX, their opening match looked so powerful. It was all of a sudden like, hold on, this team is a serious threat to go deep in the tourney. That kind of changed, though, and that's where maybe the doubts creep in this match versus Genji.
There's definitely ample opportunity for doubt to creep in, like you said, but I think if there's any saving grace here for Paperrex in the mental, I think you could just write off the fact that was just so good, and that's the reason why, you know, Genji ended up coming out on top. They're looking so strong, so if I'm Paperrex, I'm thinking, I mean, that might be now one of the favorites to win the tournament, so let's just keep it pushing and remind ourselves how well we did play on that first match.
And we heard
Let's go,
Paddy
JJ.
there, we're gonna shoot back harder than they shoot at us.
Kalau Paperrex kalah, aku dan Pak RT ku akan membuka celana Bang Cio, mampus. Nggak akan kalah hari ini guys.
Yeah, and that's the thing, that he actually was a little bit outmatched, it felt. Not on this opening map, it was a very close map of Ascent. He was getting super active, finding a lot of different moments. But when things switched over onto Icebox, that's where there was a change. And to be fair, he's not playing the Raze like he was on that map. He was playing the Omen. But the Omen is an agent that he has looked incredibly good previously on Icebox on.
I want to say that Genji did do a good job of shutting him down because, like you said, they've looked great in the past. And I
Well, I'm fine. Gue di sana nggak gitu. Mindfreak masih jadi sub dulu guys, sebentar
I'm
guys.
hoping that Jin can really find his footing because I really think he has
Aduh,
so much
deg-degan
potential
guys. Ayo ready guys.
aggressive Omen play.
Yeah, and PaperX do have a lot of different set pieces to set up Jing to succeed on Icebox. Like, he has a lot of very aggressive teleports on the attacking side, especially into the A space, where he's going to be jumping forward and finding timings as he's going to have Sova darts landing, so people's heads turning around. He's going to be on lines before he's going to be expected, but it just wasn't clicking in that match, like we're saying.
And we saw a lot of innovation for the side of Liquid, but they got to respect the fact that
Nanti ulangan MTK mending belajar atau tonton Paperrex.
They were the OG team and that were not afraid to get weird.
No, and Sent, this is about as weird as you can get. Like, in every single role except Omen, they're just playing a different agent than you'd expect. Raze instead of a Jet, Fade instead of a Sova. But really what this comp, to me, I think is all about is
Kalau
sort of like
kekuatan mana ya?
taking
Gua nggak tahu
double
guys.
smokes to create smaller pockets of space on the map, and then Gecko and Fade are very favorable at clearing those areas out, like up towards Market and into Tree.
I think their Viper wall
Ready, mereka ready guys.
really cool and
Ini major bang, major
guys.
guys.
Pairing it in mid, like you're saying, slicing up mid because we were
Kalau Paperrex
talking
kalah,
about
aku
in
nggak mau
that
kerja
match
besok
how
mas.
dominant
Jangan dong,
Spectre's
kerja lah
off
tetap
was,
bro.
and having all the
Realities
smoke
must be
make it
do.
really easy to
Reality is
slice up the
reality
map.
guys. You have to
But
back
on
to
the other
your
side,
reality
Liquid
guys. Walaupun
runs a lot of weird comps in their
sesedia
own,
apa
so
kalian
I'm pretty
kalah
shocked,
dengan tim
and I mean,
kalian
Nats
guys
on
ya.
the Viper, I'm not sure if he'll be taken off too off guard by the Viper walls.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You have that like Viper mirror on a lot of maps too. So I think there's a lot of different ideas you can have around that. I think PaperX are usually using more like aggressive Viper walls, where Nats is going to have walls that are like slicing up sites, like his Viper on Sunset that cuts off half of B site over towards Trash, so that you can always just keep flooding in.
Yeah, and I'm going to put you on the spot here, Mel. Why didn't you believe in Team Liquid against MIBR?
Listen,
Have you changed your mind?
Listen, I have changed my mind. Okay, listen, I'm from Americas, right? I'm gonna root for MIBR, but I will not make that mistake again. I will not doubt my GOAT again. He is here to play, and I mean, the way he reacted to the Viper lurks on Icebox, you can just tell
Keiko yang
like,
serem
he
nih,
has
Keiko
just
guys.
so much experience, and it really shows on a stage like this.
The thing is, Nats coming in did make things a little bit strange in terms of players, right? Team Liquid using 6 players and flexing out.
Doakan guys ya, doakan ya Nats biasa aja guys ya.
In that match was
Kita doakan Nats hari ini biasa aja guys.
Indeed, and we also, saw some different faces of them. Maybe they have more comms prepared because God knows some of the comms they brought out we cannot expect. But we're gonna
Mindfreak mana tadi kan harusnya ada Mindfreak gak sih?
Because Liquid horse. But Nats is just so important. He to me is the savior of Liquid, EMEA, all of our hopes and dreams. But we
Biasa
did hear
aja atau
from
biasa
the
banget
coach,
bang? Maksudnya apa
however,
tuh?
about how he felt about the matchup against Paperrex. Take a listen to this. So, what do you think about the draw?
I mean, I'm super excited, honestly. No matter what, it's going to be a very, very fun game, to be honest. I mean, I love watching PaperX, and I'm very excited to play against them.
Starting with the Phoenix, was that Penny's idea? Did he come to you with that, or was that you and Yao thinking he could do something like this?
Yeah, it was our idea, honestly. It was actually without even practicing with Penny. Like, when we were back in Berlin, we were still like...
Ya, kuat bang, kuat.
comps that we could make it work with him. And obviously, I had a big talk with Penny, and he said, I'm comfortable. And we thought it made sense there, and it worked. And playing against PaperX as well is going to be like super... I mean, I think it's going to be weird against weird.
Yeah,
Good.
it gets weirder. Like, there's even
Yeah.
more weird things. That's my favorite kind of game. What's the counter to W Gaming?
Maybe double gaming back.
Okay.
Like WW Gaming.
Maybe.
All right, I can't wait to see that. Weird WW Gaming. What else we got?
Okay.
More importantly, as you guys know, Team Liquid are running a 6-man roster
Gimana,
for the
nih?
rest of this tournament, and for the opening map, a will be Serial playing instead of Penny. Mel, what does that kind of tell us, perhaps, about the map veto and also the comp they could be running?
Yeah, it could tell us so much about the comp and the map veto, right? Because we see Serial really thrive in that Cypher and that Senti role, and Penny on the other side of things, the duelist.
Yeah, so when Serial was playing in their series yesterday, it was on Sunset, right, where they're going to be
Kalau
playing.
kalah masih aman, kalah pulang
Smokes
guys.
comp with Serial on Cypher. Penny, on the other hand, was... Oh, and of course, what I forgot to mention, this means Camo is on Duelist, right? Whereas when
Aku
Penny
cinta
comes
Camo,
in,
mas,
that was
Camo.
over on Icebox,
pemain Liquid
and he's
maksudnya.
playing into the Jet. of all things.
And
but
camo on the chamber.
that's what I wanted to say, right? Because that's where it gets interesting, because Camo could have, played a Killjoy or something.
Kamo serem sih,
Chamber
Kamo sih,
is
guys.
not the default agent on that map as a solo sentinel, but it sort of enabled Team Liquid to play a very individuals focused style of game and give a lot of agency to Camo and Penny.
And I think
Playoff kapan, Bang?
I gotta highlight
Minggu depan
Penny,
kayaknya sih,
right?
guys.
I mean, this guy is the local Toronto man. He's out here, and it's so awesome seeing him on the duelist. I feel like he's been so successful and so good for Team Liquid in these moments. So, I mean, I guess you can't really go wrong. You got Camo on the duelist, you win. You have Penny on the duelist, you win. It's looking good no matter where you go.
What I find interesting is because the roster lock comes before map vetoes come in.
TL
Because we have
bukannya
a
Talent, Bang.
situation where,
Bukan.
for
TL
example,
tuh tim
Serial
Liquid,
starting
guys.
today, Icebox could get picked. And all of a
Tim
sudden,
Liquid
names
libur
get
2 hari
different
doang, bro.
comp.
Libur 2 hari doang ya. Minggu ini berarti langsung.
They have to be flexible.
And I'll add another layer onto that is because of the draw and Paperrex's name was pulled out of the pool first, they are default the first seed in this matchup. There will be no coin flip. So it kind of plays into what you said about prep and match choices.
Right, so you could maybe make some decisions based on the opponent you're seeing on the other side. Both teams are going to have that whole night ready to prep and
Let's
know
go, Pat,
what
Pat,
they
let's go,
want to
Pat.
favor in the map select.
I mean, it doesn't
Let's
get
go,
more
Ilya. Please,
important than
Ilya.
this match.
Today
The
you have to play
thread
very, very
of
well,
blood,
okay?
sweat, and tears, it will come down to this between Paperrex and Team Liquid. We only have room for one
Sekarang
of them
sukses terakhir,
at
Bang, betul.
playoffs. So without further ado, let's send this back down to the stage.
Live
and
gak plus
bring
playoff,
out
live dong.
Paperrex and Team
Ada hierarki, bre. Patapim. Let's go. We are starting now. Apa gimana Bang? Apa starting ya? Tadi. Terus Swaggy guys, ke Discord guys, Swaggy guys.
PRX versus Team Liquid.
Team Liquid. Siapkan camilan kalian, Bang. Oke.
This is it, the last ticket for playoffs, and we have two modes of transport to get there. Smooth sailing through Liquid or track by track on that Paperrex train. Which one are we taking?
Kalau misalnya main Vic tiba-tiba main bisa nggak sih? Bisa aja sebenarnya, cuma nggak tahu guys.
Yeah.
I think with Paperrex, this team looks very sharp in their opener.
Split!
And Mel, it looks like we're starting things out on Split.
Yeah, and for me,
You're sailing.
yesterday I thought it was too late, but it was more than enough. Nats coming in, I'm fully on board the ship for Nats and in that Team Liquid.
And we didn't get to see Split yesterday. It was map 3, which means we don't know if Serial was meant to play or Penny was meant to play. But we do know for this one, it will be Penny.
Split?
It will be Serial even.
Yeah, Serial makes sense here. And you know,
Oh
if
my
I'm sort
God,
of
Split, guys.
metagaming here and thinking about what you're playing on Split with Serial in, that could be, probably Viper comp coming in.
Doakan guys ya. Guys, kita sebelum mulai mari kita berdoa teman-teman semua, semoga hari ini match yang akan dilalui Paperrex akan berhasil, bakal seru, tidak ada pressure, tidak ada beban, dan bisa melaju ke langkah berikutnya guys.
How much can you really prep for either team? Anything can go either way. We're seeing Team Liquid change comps
Amin.
the night before matches.
Oh, kalau image sponsornya tutupin orang masuk. Iya nggak apa-apa, Cok.
It's going to get like some street Valorant.
Tapi dikit doang guys, sponsor di kanan atas guys, nggak di kiri.
In previous matchups, we have seen these teams play on the newer patch in recent events, and we've seen double smokes coming in, basically mirror competition.
Sunset gue udah lama nggak lihat ini sih.
Yoru plus a raise, and a fade in the mix as well. The only difference in these teams is in terms of smokes, with Paperrex favoring an Astra and the Omen.
Dava yang ngambil tisunya Jing
It's
anjir.
interesting to note because Astra, we're starting to see less and less of a pick rate. A lot of teams are leaning towards that Omen because you can get up on higher ground on the attack, and the post plant's getting more aggressive, and the blind is always handy.
Yeah, that line control.
Pasti si Batman main Sky. Batman Sky, Davai Viper.
And be Heaven a lot easier with the Astra.
Batman Sky, Davai Viper.
My eyes go towards this Viper from Nat because in EMEA, a lot of other teams criticize Team Liquid
Jason
for not
main
doing anything
kayak dua
different on
inisiator
Split.
deh.
They would just do the same thing over
Sky
and over
sama
again. But what they
Fate
don't
kayaknya
understand
guys.
is Nat
Dua duelist, dua
playing the
inisiator.
same way on Split.
Oh nggak, Jason main Omen.
And he has still not been punished.
And also,
Dua smoker,
we've moved past
dua smoker,
the need to
satu
play
inisiator,
Kango
dua
Breach, and
duelist.
every
Feeling gua.
single game we are moving back into a style of Valorant that
Something
very
Yoru,
much
something kayaknya
benefits
Jet bisa.
Nat's playstyle
Jet
and
Race,
the way he likes to call.
Sky,
lack of the breach and
Viper
KO
Omen.
means you don't feel
Feeling
as
gua
much
guys, feeling
threat
gua
when
ya.
you're on the attack. When you're trying to go up ramps, you're trying to walk out B main, you don't feel like you're gonna walk into a breach.
No
KO
Sentinel,
trap.
feeling
So
gua, feeling gua.
Definitely gonna open up more for Nats, and I can't say enough how much
Yoru.
I'm going to be watching him in this matchup and look to him
Tuh
to
kan,
really carry
Viper
the game.
Omen, ya.
Exactly, and in terms of a matchup of styles, we just saw in our opener, you know, the heavy exec team in BLG fall to the slower, detailed, macro-oriented style of Wolves.
Oh,
I think
Fed,
there's
nggak pakai
similarities
Sky.
here between the two teams we have on stage now.
Yeah, Paperrex not messing about insta-locking this.
Dua
You know, the
inis.
Divide versus Nats head-to-head is going to be very, very interesting. And I don't anticipate anything different from Liquid, either from what we talked about.
Yeah, Paperrex insta-locking all of their agents, and Team Liquid, the final picks coming in here. I'm also anticipating the Viper lock from Nat, so nothing from beyond the norm here, but still I'm expecting some brawly action here from both of these teams.
Yeah, nothing.
Beda Sky doang, guys.
Speak earlier, it had been Paperrex that had been rocking the Omen team.
Jangan lupa guys, suruh Swaggy guys, Swaggy suruh ke Discordnya kita biar bareng coba, biar seru gitu.
No, indeed. And for Nats, when the side goes to the defense, he's going to be mid. When it's on the attack, he's going to be in their spawn with an outlaw.
The very important thing on defense for both these teams,
Nah,
especially
40% doang.
our
7 map anjing. Tim Liquid main split sering banget, bro.
On either team, shutting down lurks comes not from playing the information game off your abilities. It comes from being a human drone on the Yoru, taking those forward lines and cutting away the ability to lurk into your sights.
And I can't express this enough.
Di atas kertas menang siapa seharusnya guys. Di atas kertas sama aja guys lah. Gue nggak bisa bilang siapapun. Tapi tetap gue akan rooting for my Paperrex team guys. Oh nggak ada orang Indo mas? Ada itu Jason. Main Freak cuman lagi nggak main Freak.
This is gonna get weird. So I'm bringing you two people to keep us grounded. Take it away.
Waduh, let's go guys.
We are going to do our damnedest, but every time we thought we were gonna get something weird, it wasn't that weird in the end. We've had some, unfortunately, pretty straightforward performances from a lot of the teams. That's why we are hoping to get down and dirty, into the mud, into the glue, and have some truly just
maksudnya viewernya fansnya bang.
There's no other way to put it out there. Sorry.
Viewernya ya nggak kan di Toronto guys, jauh kocak.
What have you done to me? Let's go ahead and get ready to get into the action. Toronto, are you ready to get our last team into the playoffs?
Quick start here. Team Liquid looking to push the pace. They're already TP'd in. They're already blast packed in.
Low, nice.
They have control of this site. It's going to have to be a full-on retake for Paperrex.
Nice. Low banget.
Spam damage has been taken. 3 players tagged up here on the side of Liquid.
Spike plant.
Something needing a bit. Already in position here. Trying to go for the retake on Paperrex, but they're already losing out on 2 players. Divide will peel one back as Pico will be taken out of the fray here. Moving onto the corner.
Ya Allah.
Have to do it all. Can't get it done. 3 players.
Soalnya kalah lagi guys.
Find the opening pistol here on Split.
I think the pace catching Paperrex a bit off guard there. And they just stacked up all in screens trying to make a retake, and that's just a crossfire's dream for Team Liquid. They've got players on every angle. They just are willing to peek that while Paperrex is trying to figure out how they're going to make this retake go, how they're going to use their util. By the time they're getting to that stage, they're already getting cut down.
Let's go.
That's a great start for Team Liquid, especially going up against this Paperrex team who has done really well in the past. Against some of the EMEA teams, especially the first time they face them. Oh, there it is.
Trying to get an orb, trying to get a push out.
Cepet banget anjing Rone.
Just absolutely cut them down the size. Nice little headshot here from Divide with that Sheriff. Stops it from being flawless, but exit out event is going to be watched. Spam starts coming through, and it looks like he's just going to go ahead and look to reroute. At the same time, Kiko wanting to go on the prowl, try to find this elimination, which would put him just 1 charge away from having a showstopper.
Exactly.
Ooh, he will find it too.
Main lah, armor yang kurang guys, dia harus belanja.
If he can find an orb, it's going to be a showstopper as Liquid will be looking to convert a bonus.
Yeah, I love the game plan here for Liquid to
Dear.
start. Just
Keiko udah kill berapa itu Keiko, buset.
And yeah, PRX tries to use this toxic screen to their advantage to grab an orb, but Team Liquid already in place, just mowing players down. Crazy to think. This is the first time that Nats has ever played Paperrex on a stage. It's wild to think that, considering how many internationals he and Paperrex have been at.
Waduh, Davai doang
That
kill
was
3
one of
bro,
the big
bahaya nih
things
bro.
on my mind coming into this. How are they going to handle that? you know, on both sides of the equation. Nax being a phenomenal IGL now. Good flash there.
And Camo is taking the fight. Not ready for the second layer, though, at a ramp, so Jing does manage to trade it back, but Kiko breaks things wide open. Straight up into the A side as Patman falls. Jing gonna try to lurk around the back, but Nat's watching for this, waiting in anticipation. And winning it out. Spek to be damned, he finds the kill.
Bring them down.
And that pretty much seals the deal on this bonus getting converted.
Co, mati mulu, co, anjir.
Should be a save at this point.
Man, come on lah, bro. Bad start banget,
Maybe
anjir.
going for some damage here.
Kiko lingering within the smoke, the corner hold here from Serial. Comes up with the goods, and now it's just Divide.
Anjing, kenceng-kenceng lagi, guys.
A damn thing. Team Aces, Team Liquid get themselves a 3-0 start here on Split.
It's a bit concerning. I think one of the things that I really liked about Team Liquid, especially watching their match against MIBR yesterday, was the coordination that they have. You know, you heard Nats talking about it in one of the quick glimpses we got into their comms, where he said, you know, call it out. If they're left, we go left. If they're right, we go right. Whatever we're doing, let's make sure we do it as a team. And you're already seeing that tremendous coordination from Team Liquid here to start.
Ayolah, ayo, man. Come on, man. Come on, guys.
Trying to use their natural talent to get some advantages, but Team Liquid is way ahead of them right now. Well, there you go. Okay.
Peter of a shot, a little bit short on that haunt, but still able to find an opening kill. Getting on the board in thrifty fashion would certainly be a Paperrex maneuver. There's something peeking there from the box, just a classic in hand. Opts to go ahead, back away, give up a bit of space, and then try to escort the rest of the team forward. The flashes try to fly. Not getting the full blind, but the paranoia will certainly do the job. Slows up the approach here. The shots start connecting. 2 more kills going to be found for the side of Paperrex, and Kiko down to 6 HP. But Paperrex now in a fantastic position to convert this.
Great adjustment from Paperrex, and a good opener kill. Able to find that by Patman's way. That really opens things up. I mean, Kiko.
Nice.
Bucky,
nice.
Strike them down. MasterCard thrifty confirmed. Paperrex sparing themselves some blushes from the previous 3 rounds.
Let's go. Not thrifty, guys. Good job.
That's about
nice,
right
Patman.
Paperrex. Why save when you have 100 credits and 0 credits between your 2 last players when you have rifles, when you can just go through and win thrifties like this? I mean, it's just the Paperrex way, and you just have to ride the wave. That's usually you find Serial first. Kiko just dead to right at that point with 6 HP. Able to take down the full health Kiko there very quickly.
Just awarded 3 more rounds of lifetime to Alex's desk, and there's another solid opening kill. Something on the main gets rid of Nats, and Nats on the floor. For Paperrex players, it's going to feel like the rest of this round should be a bit more breezy.
Poison's off.
This is
nice.
That's what you need from something. You need that operator to come alive.
Mr. Worldwide just shifting around from A to B. Those first 2 kills, Kiko will be able to answer one back. APAKAH look to make a run of this, try to make it as costly as possible. Slim up the bankroll here from Paperrex.
Iko kaya langsung, guys. Lah Jing duitnya 5.000 duit Jing, bro.
Sliding back in towards garage here. Something on the angle. Ready to bring this one to a swift conclusion, and he shall.
Nice.
3K.
Nice. OP-nya wangi, guys. OP-nya wangi, guys. Let's go, boys.
This is what you really need. The game plan for Paperrex in the first round hasn't changed to now. It's just they're converting on these opening kills. They're getting that advantage, whether it be Patman Sheriff or here with something operator. That's really what they need to get going. Got to find those man advantages on this defender side. Don't let Team Liquid get into those post plants. They are going to likely shut you out, no matter how good your retakes are. You have some options now. You could play for retake.
Kalau Petrus nggak apa-apa, guys. Lagi wangi, guys. Doanya cepat nih.
For Team Liquid as well. And they're going to send it right off the rip with the dimensional drift. Kamo out there. He's not going to see too much. Wide open A site.
Bottom to 1, maybe a glimpse there onto Divide. He's going to try to push the pace here. Get in on top of this.
Ya, miss the fight, cok.
Down, Camel surviving 33 HP, but Patman closely encroaching here. Nats around the corner. Dealt with there.
Nice pet.
They fall. The
nice banget.
Kiko able to avoid that, so they might not be too certain, but there you go. That's all the confirmation you need. A gun barrel going to be spotted. Showstopper not able to find it. The defuse being held. Kiko
nice.
peeks out looking for a bit more. We'll just be
potong rambut bang, yo guys, potong rambut.
We are tied up 3-3.
Batman nice banget, tajam banget
That's
Batman
a
nih.
huge win for Paperrex and their aggression here as Team Liquid is trying to get the spike.
Halo? Halo Twitch?
Right at Devi's heels. Something there to clean it up at the end. That's what they need. Disrupt Team Liquid on those timings.
Boys, just see the
That's where you're going to start winning the round.
Oke, lihat wall aja katanya.
Plenty of cash now for Paperrex. That's just going to be the pit infested here in mid. Playing back around the corner. Obviously don't have to be concerned about a showstopper. And something peeks in. Cyril's holding the angle, but something finds the headshot.
Saw the shoulder of the Yoru clone, and he knew
He's
it the
not
whole
biting.
time. Knew it the whole way. TP's going around him.
Spots it out. He's trying to clear it. Not able to do so. Still potentially a vulnerability here, but it looks like Forsaken is going to sprint over to go ahead and deal with it.
That's good. That really
Oke, nice.
Something holding the line at B. They can lean more
Ini
towards A now.
lag-lagnya Nats nih.
It's going to be a bit of a fake attempt here. A 2-2 split for Team Liquid on this attack to try to get it going.
Waduh, Batman mati lagi di A.
Have the pick now coming through. Patman going to be taken out, and with that elimination, they say, okay, just try to send it across. Do they back off of this now? Looks like the answer is going to be no. Still committing to this rotation towards the A site. As Jing going to get timing by Nats.
30 seconds
Brings
left.
it now into a 3v3. Dimensional drift available for something. They try to go for the retake, but Forsaken filling the site. Gets that full blind onto Kiko. Nats now
Nice fight!
dealt with. And Patatech, in likelihood, should just go for the save. The smoke dissipating, time not going to be on his side. Gets the spot on the something.
Nice on.
Forsaken will be there for the cleanup. Paperrex now, 4 rounds consecutive. They get themselves into the lead.
Let's go guys. Looking good today.
Obviously, the Viper's pit helps here. Make sure that mid is unassailable. Forsaken finds a really big kill there from screens and then repositions away from the paint shells that was coming his way and makes Kiko pay. Gets a 3K to boot. That's going to ring out a time out from Team Liquid.
Bisa ya Jason pakai apa? Pakai Prime ya.
Figure out what the heck is going on because it looked great to start and then all of a sudden Paperrex just got into gear.
Let's see if they opt to go for any kind of half buy here, maybe a stinger purchase.
Dia pegang pisau, kenapa Bang Yo? Dia pegang pisau, cok.
Getting into a good position when it comes down to the ult cycle at the moment. So
Oke, momentum dulu guys. Bener guys, kita dapetin momentum di map pertama supaya lebih relax guys ya. Karena kalau udah 1-0 lebih relax pasti mereka.
Similarly, right there, one charge left to go.
That's going to be a little bit interesting because we've seen Paperrex be pretty aggressive towards the orbs early. So trying to get to one of those extra ults that can maybe be a round changer like Kiko's showstopper, it's something you have to talk about, I assume, in this.
Semangat!
I think something that Paperrex is probably discussing as well. Maybe a little bit of some of their mid-rounding ideas, making sure that you've got your gun out whenever there is a Viper smoke anywhere near you because God only knows where Nats is going to
di
be.
baju tuh kayak sponsor gitu kalau nggak salah.
But a lot of good ideas here from Paperrex. The game plan, once they started converting, very solid. Team Liquid seemingly going to line up here for a big hit through Garage. And Paperrex has got quite a few players of their own to try to block this up. C's at the ready.
Just waiting out the clone here. Try to see if they get any more noise coming their way. Crash set, cleared, flash. It does go through. C's going to be on the back there. A bit delayed from the nade. Let's get the spot out here on Kiko. They want to try to flush him out.
Nice!
Jing does manage to spray down too. Weapon going to be upgraded. Showstopper online for Kiko. Suddenly this round, it might have just turned on its head. If he can isolate one, the Showstopper could all but guarantee the kill on the other.
Trying to figure out where that operator was. Was worried it might be up in B heaven. But he's actually going to dodge the players of Paperrex. Devi considering.
Duh, ini kalau ke A ribet sih.
Over to A. Do we try to split this 1-1? We just maintain this B hold.
I think they know that he's going to have that ult online now, so have to try to play together. Obviously don't want to stack up on the approach, but Kiko will make the right decision by going for the full rotate. There's a real chance of converting this into a round victory.
Absolutely. That showstopper.
30 seconds left.
You got to be so aware of. No TPs for something. Suppose it could use a dimensional drift here.
Has to get there the old-fashioned way, but yeah, dimensional drift might be a decent way to try to get the spot out and avoid at least one getting taken down to the showstopper.
Trying to make noise, trying to bait out that showstopper with patience being shown.
Hasn't swapped weapons. Likely just have to rely on the sidearm here. Gets the spot out, showstopper immediately going to be set. They can try to wait this out. Does buy a decent amount of time.
Ngapain sih?
Out of the dimensional drift taken down. Kiko holding on the angle divide, needing to get the clear, and he cannot.
Cok ngapain? Cok something, Cok.
Kiko. As Team Liquid tie us up.
Yeah,
punya TP dia kan?
Figure out how they can work around that angle that Kiko's
Dia
holding.
punya TP, Cok. Something tanpa nggak TP, guys.
The opportunity pulls the showstopper at a great time. Something coming out of the dimensional drift into an area where Kiko can get the rocket to land and fall right back to the safety of cover. And Divide left in that 1v1 where Kiko's holding the angle. And that is a nice round for Team Liquid. They are going to have a couple more ults as well. You're talking about that cycle. Now you've got a pit and a
Ada TP dia. Tapi jelek banget anjir itu ultinya.
Trying to find a catch here on the Nats. Just going to go ahead and scoop up that orb 2 charges away from a showstopper as something clears out the gate crash here at backside. Holds him at bay for now. Another one going to be sent though, and Divide, perfect position to find the punish for Kiko again! Absolutely destructive! 2 quick kills. Something's positioned now known. Kiko gets the drag across, another 3K for him. Player advantage.
Something banyak ini, Cok. Whip-nya, Cok. Bahaya banget ya kalau nggak pakai OP, Cok. Aduh.
Spike forward, opposite side of the pillar. Forsaken just cycling these smokes as Jing gets himself up into heaven, catches a glimpse of one. Cannot find the kill, nor a lick of damage. On the repeat though, Serial taken down out of backside, Forsaken avoiding the haunt.
Nice.
The tap, swings in on a perfect timing.
Nice.
Now comes down to Nets, but Jing is there. Quickly playing off his fallen teammates. Paperrex
Dia kalau nggak
reestablished
megang OP ngeri juga something anjir. Getar banget tuh dia.
Forsaken and Jing never overcommitting to their angles. Forsaken doing a good job being elusive, TPing into a smoke, moving out of it as it's about to dissipate, dodging the haunt, throwing another smoke of his own, and they have no idea that he's going to be so close to stop that plant. Jing hits a real banger there onto Serial with the Phantom from afar, right there for that crossfire, dropping down right as Forsaken wants to swing.
Dia tinggi soalnya bang, ya Jason juga tinggi sih guys.
Between those two, the longtime teammates.
Still neck and neck though here between these two squads.
There.
Very much a shared effort from the side of Paperrex, just 1 kill separating the top from the bottom. There's Kiko, got his carry pants on.
Kiko keceng banget anjing.
And Divide just get taken down. Angel try to open up a bit of space here in heaven. Forsaken on the reposition. It's in behind the box, avoids the haunt. This is going to be Liquid just pumping the brakes and starting to explore opposite side of the map. Cutting across now through the sewer, and Batman on a walkabout. He will end up behind them, but does he get the read?
They're not making any noise. If they had made any noise at all in sewers, he would have been very, very aware, but he is suspecting that they have gone to the other side of the map. Continues to lurk in that direction. Granted, he'll have that angle open. Now that Cosmic Divide is going to give away the script.
Onto the A side, does allow him to sprint forward a little bit before he has to worry about making noise here.
Kok kenceng banget anjing, sumpah nembaknya dia, Cok.
Classic at hand, going to be the first point of contact. He's going to try to get through. Pit now invested from Nats. There's the backstab coming through. Just disrespecting this point, but he thought that he finished the kill there. On to Camo, doesn't it get taken down, but something quickly trades it back. The Pit's still going to be a major concern here for the side of Paperrex. Push forward, Kiko shut down. It's just Nats now with a ghost.
Nice.
There's something up onto the Raptors. We'll be able to find him. Lead now stretched. Paperrex get up to 6.
Yeah, this is
emosional banget lu bang, emosional banget lah guys. This is the last chance bro. Kalau kayak ada hal-hal nggak dapat gitu kayak greget gitu guys. Ada hal-hal kayak tembakan gampang nggak kena itu kayak. Serial Cok lawannya Cok.
Forsaken there, couldn't quite find the second but did enough damage. Kiko, go for the timing off the util. Not gonna happen. Some ultimate
frustration on that. Sometimes you think you got enough bullets through.
Oke, keluarin ulti Nats tapi nggak berhasil ya. Nice.
Bringing an attack up to bear.
Surprisingly, a lot for Paperrex. Could definitely afford one.
Cover going
Ulti
Attempted
buat
setup
Jason
here.
anjing.
Trying to get the catch onto that lurking Viper.
Next mapnya apa bang? Sunset.
next.
Dimensional drift to start. Camo pushing forward, trying to get the scout out. Finds a spot, onto something. Tries to
Nice something.
It's just not out at all. Why they're in the hall?
Nice, Nats mau ngeler.
Windfall now, avoided by one. A catch on to two. They have to backpedal and give it the off investment. They might to save. Able to find one. Jing gonna be taken down here in mid, but the rest of the team refills the space. The spike now stranded.
Flash ngasih son, flash on. Aduh jangan. Retake nih flashnya.
Backing away now. Saying,
Ulon
okay,
empat.
you guys can grab that spike. We've got numbers. Let's make sure we're playing for trades. Maybe Paperrex guesses wrong a bit on which site, but they're just going to sit and spawn and look for that lurk. They're one player unaccounted for, maybe in their minds as well. I feel like they got to make sure that they know where it's at, but
Kalau Sunset bisa pakai Sunset, gue nggak tahu sih guys. Baru gue nggak tahu Sunset sih, nggak pernah. Gue Paperrex emang udah pernah main Sunset lagi, belum pernah guys, udah jarang.
Just go ahead and hold on to this, and I mean you can take a look. The economy is in a
mereka
very
saving.
poor spot at the moment here for Team Liquid.
10 seconds left.
50 creds on Camo. We need these carried over weapons to find some impact going into this next round. But with this win here, Paperrex guarantee themselves a lead at the half.
yeah, you're going to have some pretty nice ults though for Team Liquid. You're going to have a showstopper. You're going to have a Nightfall.
Last round.
Working into this next round. You most likely have a showstopper. You're one away. So there's a good chance that Kiko's going to find it. Great read there by something.
Still had time on the ult as well. It's just
Thought he was safe.
Nice.
just a misread.
Might have been something that Paperrex noticed in Avad. That's where he likes to get out of that dimensional drift. They were just ready for it.
Something udah nggak OP lagi cok. Jason Judge anjir. Oh beli 2 senjata kayak Jason.
Maybe looking to get aggro here in garage. Try to just maybe TP forward. Get in deep. By the way, yep, smoke is going to be pushed through. He can hold the doors. Boombot does get the reveal here on Serial.
Now you should really
Udah Jing gak usah tinggalin gak sih Jing?
kinda
Ngapain Jason temenin Jason? Jason shotgun sih udah enak banget bro.
as Paperrex, but they're playing pretty passive on A and B side. They've completely ceded over mid control. Devi's just going to play a little bit back towards stairs. Team Liquid, slow but sure, working their way forward. Nat's going to try to counter lurk, remembering what Patman did previously. But for now, Paperrex playing very patient. They want to get this judge going.
Shadows traveling.
Big presence here in mid. Peek towards the vents, Prowler. Not spotting anything there for Patman. Liquid now in a position where they can go for a quick pivot.
Penny nggak main, soalnya Penny sub doang hitungannya malah guys.
Serial at the moment, his work absolutely cut out for him.
I think this Nightfall's gonna whiff.
30 seconds left.
It's gonna whiff.
Hit anybody.
That's gonna encourage them to now push forward. The drop down, swing out from Jing.
Jing, nice shot.
Paranoia sent from Forsaken. Who's still
Shotgun lo.
That's able to fight back for one, but
Nice, Jing.
hits himself a
Nice.
cleans up the rest. 8 and 4 at the half. Paperrex with one hell of a recovery.
Crazy to think that Team Liquid only got one round after
Jing nyala
winning
enak
the
guys ya.
bonus.
Jing liat Jing nembak itu enak banget guys.
Storming back on their defender side.
Good position to be in here for Paperrex on their map pick, but it is a Liquid after all.
Buta dua-duanya cok. Jason flashnya gila banget guys.
Come back after halftime.
One enemy remaining.
Gila flashnya Jason tuh bagus banget sumpah. Ciki maju kuci, ciki maju judi, balik gede, balik gede, asih punya balik sebelah, sebelah. Timingnya Jason flashnya gila bro. Padahal itu lagi jaga shotgun guys. Kalau kita biasa kan panik ya. Lagi megang shotgun kalau orangnya keluar sih ngeselin ya guys ya. Tuh kalau nggak ada flash Jason si Jing mati tuh guys. Nge-kill 1 paling mati dia. Paperrex asalnya gimana bang? Asalnya Singapura guys timnya guys. Dapat pistol. Ini kalau tadi Paperrex dapat pistol 8 10 2 guys sumpah. Jason dapat piala Inter auto top 3 player Valo nggak sih bang? Maksudnya gimana tuh auto top 3 player Valo tuh maksudnya tuh bagi mendeng guys. Jasra kaget tuh kayaknya nggak expect guys gua rasa. Soalnya di smoke terus. Tapi guys, ya dia nggak expect shotgun guys ya mungkin. RRQ kapan? RRQ nanti di playoff guys. Please Paperrex jangan suruh main Delta Force. Siapa yang main Delta Force? Gue doang yang main, Merah. Kenapa lo gak ikut roster Paperrex bang? Enggak guys, gue itu gue kuda hitam guys. Jadi kalau mereka capek, gue jadi kuda gitu. gue namanya ini guys, kuda pasar pagi guys ya. Tuh something 0 mulu cow nih. Ini masalah apa sama something sih guys? Wah ini Coinbase masalah sama something nih ya.
What's up with that?
Operators are pricey.
Yeah, they are.
He had like 11 kills. Divide by 0.
Dari kemarin 0 mulu loh dia.
But for Jing and Keiko, they've kind of been to the big bright spots here for them, current kill leaders on their respective teams.
Absolutely. I mean, Kiko, so hot in some of these rounds. I mean, you can see there early on, he dropped off just a bit, and Jing just accelerated as that half went on. Still, he, isn't in the same area as the kill count as Kiko.
Split tuh, Jing tuh lumayan bagus di split guys, race-nya. Ya soalnya gue gak takut. Gue yang gue takut Sunset sih. Udah lama gak ngeliat mereka main di Sunset bro. Kayak apakah mereka mempersiapkan sesuatu yang beda atau biasa-biasa saja.
Well-tuned here today, much more than
Jing Jing something for second nembak. Gila guys, lihat guys. 12, 11, 10 bro. Ngeri gini bro, 3 orang ini.
Half armors on most of the players aside from Divide. Jing with a frenzy to try to run them down. Gets a headshot with a
Jing
against his back. Those headshot gets the cleanup.
Jing enggak di-clear lagi, Cok.
But keeps himself alive. So full pivot here from Paperrex, but Team Liquid kind of on top of this. Have a triple stack set up, pushing now in towards Mail.
Not a bad idea, but PattyTech just outplays Jing there. Paperrex.
Flashnya nggak kena tadi si Jason.
Trying to do a little bit of a fake, a little bit of a double take. But Team Liquid has rotated over. Might have a good opportunity. A weak PattyTech here on B site.
Wah, masih
they can get through quick. He might be able to get a plant down and make it a 4v4.
Keeping it quiet. Finds himself another headshot for Forsaken. Down to 20. Swing up the corner. PattyTech.
Apa sih guys, sumpah.
This team.
Soalnya kenapa ya guys?
0 in pistols. Take that
soalnya jelek banget soalnya kan, Cok.
Recovery here on split.
Well, half armors didn't make too much of a difference there.
Definitely not.
That was just really clean shooting, especially PattyTech. God, that's good. That's so hard to do, especially as Jing gets a headshot on the way through. And they just get that crossfire from B Heaven.
Oh, aduh.
Start mowing players down, and yeah, that one's frustrating.
Unblinking there for Mind Freak, just staring in disbelief. Now Outlaw brought forward here, full investment from the side of Liquid, so any casualties will be costly. And that's once again with a Spectre. Looking here in the mid, gets the transfer. Something and Forsaken both can take it down very swiftly. To the haunt.
Polos banget jalan, bro.
Down for the 3K, looking for 4. Defy will be able to shut him down a bit.
Concealment.
Pulling off a Thrifty from here, looking nigh impossible.
Nice.
That being said, Patman does continue to make this worse and worse overall for Liquid. Kika will find the final 2 shots, so a couple weapons going to be lost here. And still going to be Team Liquid closing out the anti-eco.
Patron Team Liquid gara-gara pistol doang anjir.
Stalwart, just holding the line with that Spectre. Taking in something, trying to make something happen.
Enemy remaining.
And then Kiko, good angle. And an Outlaw cleans it up, and maybe Alex wanted more players to push Nats. I think that was maybe the plan there, is to just run him down and see what happens. Neither here nor there, as we now have all rifles for the side of Paperrex, and not too bad still. I mean, that Outlaw not going to find any value, as there is everybody with, well, it could find value, but everybody's got full armors on the side of Paperrex. bit of noise.
Kelamaan ya sih masuknya.
As they're starting to line up for this hit, but you've got Team Liquid set in. And they're dug in.
3 players in position as the clone eats the damage. APAKAH taken down to 46 behind it, but Jing, it's again a casualty. Some counter spray from Forsaken will be able to flush the enemy fade out of the smoke. Team Liquid now needing to rotate the full forces across. Concern about a potential late flank here, but soon find out that everyone from PRX situated over towards the side itself. Patman with a nice headshot, able to find camo.
Nice
Gonna
one.
be cleaned up. There's 2 players remaining here.
Nice pet.
Kiko comes through. Patman finds himself another. Zero with a recovered Vandal.
Nice.
Fallen teammate will only be able to
Mati
pull
2,
one
oke.
back. Little bit of damage going to be found.
Orang Swaggy. Gue udah di Discord Swaggy, nggak tahu langsung gue Swaggy kalau dia mau datang.
A big concern there initially.
Come on man, come on man.
Trying to force their way
Let's
up into
do
a
it
heaven.
boys. We can do this, we can do this. Backupnya bagus.
Body blocks perfectly for PRX, but Forsaken able to track him
Kita tahu
down.
bakal
And then
di-push
Forsaken sees that there's 2 players here at the top of ramp, calls immediately for reinforcements to swing over to help him out. Patman
Nice backup
on
guys.
the spot in this round. It's a really nice job. That's going to give Paperrex a 3-round lead. Team Liquid, though, can't quite buy up full. The Bulldog and a Stinger there, a couple of their players. This Paperrex going to have the advantage in firepower. They're taking their time, trying to see what kind of response they get. Get the Haunt, even get a Prowler out from Team Liquid. So that's not too bad in terms of utility that gets thrown their way. Now they're going to cut noise. Think about this B hit, but a couple of Astra Stars here right at the front. You've got 2 players. Yeah, 2 players up in B heaven. Got to make sure that's somehow accounted for.
Sees Nade going out. Paranoia not getting the connection there. The grab well. Away here from Serials. Patman, it's the Nightball line with that orb take. Seems like Paperrex, maybe a pump fake out, but at the very least, not going to go barreling into this B side quite just yet.
They're going to try to create a bit of a crunch here. Maybe. Nope, they're going to back off. They don't like it. They're going to try what they did on that pistol round again. Got to wait for Forsaken smokes to cycle in. They just do.
Face your fear!
Nightball towards heaven. We're going to connect 1-to-1. Haunt, put away Kiko's position here. As Jing goes barely forward, able to find the shot, something covering fire.
Nice.
Cleaning up 2. Camo arriving, peeking. Finds the kill. Patman now left to his own devices. Spots out the enemy Yoru. Trying to flush him out, the Prowler. Firming presence from the other player. Tries to fake the plant, but he's just completely, utterly surrounded. Team Liquid deny double digits here from Paperrex.
Yeah, I think for Paperrex here, getting a little too thoughtful, to be honest. They probably just could have gone for this hit a little bit sooner, or I liked the original idea that I saw them trying to go forward. They were going to try to push B heaven.
Mati sama dia 2
That angle
orang.
really giving them problems here on this defender side. The Team Liquid players have been really good at getting those crossfires to go and really good at shutting the Paperrex executes down on that side of the map.
Equal lagi guys.
Now you're going to be down onto a weaker buy for Paperrex. He's an outlaw for something. Divide does have enough for a Phantom. Shotgun for Jing.
That outlaw can find some value. Serial does have half armor. As the Bucky, it's going to be a colossal whip. Doesn't manage to find Nats at all. Dodges every little pellet there. As Orb's dropping into mid, and it's just a firing squad for Nats and Patty to take advantage of. Spike now dropped out here in the center. Both players full armor, as this is a heavy stack. Does get the hit on the PRX to take him low, but Nats on the creep forward, catches the buy off guard. Team Liquid within touching distance, just 1 round.
Duitnya bahaya nih guys. Ini harus menang sih, kalau nggak menang bahaya guys duitnya guys.
Starting to feel like kind of not sure of themselves here on this attacker side.
Dia whiff, cok.
It's uncharacteristic.
Exactly. That's exactly it. And I think maybe this is one of those ones where you need to just say, hey, we need to go at them. We need to come out with some confidence. You know, we've got the dimensional drift, so we can go for a big set play off the rip.
Tenang guys.
Really just knock Team Liquid out of the round before it even really starts.
Relax guys, relax. Still have time.
But
masih unggul 1 poin.
Kita
Byron hari ini.
Trying to find their moments, but against this Nats-led Team Liquid, they're reading it every step of the way. They're not finding value when they need to.
Apa dilakukan tuh itu sponsornya nggak tahu Honda kayaknya.
First time out. Not able to close out this round. Economy is going to be in the dumps once again. And Liquid is really about to hit their stride with the ult economy. One away from a showstopper, the Nightfall, the Cosmic Divide, 3 from that dimensional drift. Already has the pit ready to go. This is where PRX need to try to keep the team separate, give themselves that buffer zone.
Absolutely. This is maybe the most pivotal round in the map. This one right here, PaperX can get it to go. It's going to give them a little bit of a buffer, some of those ult cycles, where they can maybe find some trades, get into an ult cycle of their own. Not too far away from a showstopper themselves.
Might have some fighting here around B, though. Look at this stack. Everyone from Team Liquid other than Nats.
I think we saw after the last time out, both teams want to try to fight over this garage control.
Prowler cleared something about the spot out. Just let everyone know, doesn't push in. Showstopper attempt to send it there. This can come down, Camo with 2. Something still creeping forward.
Nice, something.
Completely off guard. That's the start of the rotation. He is nearby. Here's the spike getting planted. Can he do the most Nats thing ever and clutch this out? A 1v3.
Okay.
Well, Jing has a showstopper. Takes a peek around. Glimpse onto 1 as Snakebite goes bounding forward, but something can just ride the rope out to safety.
Nice thing.
Jing on the right side does have the kill. PaperX, the timeout works a treat. Once again, shove back Team Liquid.
Yeah, but I love this from PaperX. They get a little bit of contact. They're able to sneak Forsaken around to another position where Team Liquid isn't ready for him, even though Camo
nice
able to find a
banget
couple big
guys.
kills. In the
Good
meantime,
job.
take control of B, finds out that
Walaupun ngelawan 3 orang menang gitu ya guys ya.
an extra angle for PaperX.
Oke, ini kita menang ini mereka miskin gak sih harusnya? Nggak juga sih, masih ada
Almost
duit.
every ult possible for Team Liquid other than the showstopper that was just used. Showstopper for Jing as well. But a lot to consider for PaperX in this round.
Prowler sees nothing. Flash forward into the gate crash. Headshot through the box. Taken down so very low. And there's a barrel stop onto Camo with the rocket. Finds the kill. Nat's going to be spotted. Jing not going to go for the chase.
Yeah.
Trying to push forward, but Nats, in all of the chaos, does manage to swing in from behind. Finds that pick. Jing gone.
Nice.
Taking ADS'd in.
What an angle.
Cleans up the Viper. Player advantage now to the side of PaperX.
Oke, 3 lawan 4
You've been able to find that kill on a Forsaken. Had Nats not gotten taken
Titiknya
down.
low banget nih, 1 HP bro itu bro. Soal dikit mati deh guys.
To try to turn the tides of
Wah,
this.
saving dia nice.
But instead, it's going to have to be the call to save because the economy is just not in a fantastic position. Team Liquid have to just sit back and watch as PaperX get up to 11.
Yeah, this is a tremendous entry here by Jing with his showstopper. Finds huge value in taking Camo out of the round. That's that dimensional drift for the retake gone. That's a bunch of flashes and other util gone. And then Jing, even though he dies for the cause, he buys enough time for the rest of his team to get onto the A site, get that plant down. And what a cheeky angle that Forsaken takes there, get that kill onto Nats. He's been really creative with his positioning here on Omen on this map. He has profited.
Ya pakai ulti gak sih tuh?
Okay, Nats gets his one, but
honestly,
enggak ya, belum ya?
Camo a bit of a favor by taking him out so quickly. You can see that dimensional drift was about to come through. Was an opportunity, was an alternate reality where
pakai sih tuh untung banget sih.
ult just ends up getting burned. And they just don't have that critical tool anymore. Can at least be grateful for that, but it's going to be a final timeout call now for Team Liquid. Still 4 ultimates banked here at the moment, still able to get the rest of the players bought up. It's going to be half armors for damn near everyone.
well, now I'm just loving what I'm seeing from
Okay,
PaperX.
okay.
Just turning up the tempo
Relax
here.
everybody.
These last couple of rounds
Relax
of their
everybody.
timeout, just playing to their strengths. That's what they need to do. You know, they
Fokus aja guys, asal nembak aja mereka guys.
more meta
Asal nembak sih aman
earlier
banget
in
ya.
the year and in the off-season.
Keeping the weak that way, nggak usah pakai gerakan-gerakan tambahan mah udah aman banget ini guys. Map ini bro.
Guess what? Right back to WG Gaming.
Ada ultinas masalah nih harusnya nih.
And they
Ada
have been
ultinas bro.
just
Susah nih masuk ya.
so explosive since. Yes, they were the 3rd place seed out of Pacific, but
Kalau
they have just
Teltomot,
gotten
Papernya bisa
better
ngobrol
and
juga
better
bisa.
and better
Ah,
through
nice.
stage 1. And they are trying to take Team Liquid's map pick away from them. 2 rounds away from doing so. Team Liquid needs to get that comeback started. They still have all of those ults that they had in the previous round.
See how they try to utilize them. Just be a send off the rip as hear a bit of noise here in mid. Be good early information for them, but if it's not going to be the case, a couple Guardian shots going through. Nats gets a tag.
Yeah, you're real wary of traps here. Saw this a little bit from Team Liquid.
Be lagi cok anjing. Be itu selalu rame nggak tahu kenapa mereka.
Some of these choke points, they would set up for these util combos that would just wreck a team's day. And we've already seen what they can do. Some of these crossfires here. Paperrex gonna try to cut through again, using that poison cloud against them.
Flash out as that does end up dropping. Something stunned up here for the moment, but no one in position to try to find the punish there. Dimensional Drift in play, but teammates falling down around him. Camo having to backpedal himself out the alley safely this time around as the Nightfall's gonna go across. Some decay damage found. Camo re-entering, swings in, instantaneously finds a headshot. As Forsaken gets put on the floor, we enter into a 3v3. Looks for a little bit more. The wide swing from something. How does it? Gets the job done once again. Back off here from PATAKAH. Nats approaching from Heaven.
Aduh.
Able to find
Nice.
Challenges in.
Nice.
For the fight. Instantly finds the kill. And Paperrex shrug off the timeout. Get themselves the map point.
And the economy's still going to be a little bit funky. Going to be one Guardian having to be bought here for Team Liquid. Something with the some swing. Gets Camo, and that is a difference maker in that round.
Guys, ini orang sih anjing banget ya guys ya. Guys, something anjing banget. Orang malah adu tembak dia lari ke Gak jelas ini orang guys.
4 rounds in a row needed here for
Miskin.
Team Liquid.
Emang anjing cok. Masalah dia tuh nggak one tap, dia nggak spray terus hampir kalah tadi guys. Emang anjing nih orang bikin deg-degan anjing.
Face your fear.
Fall not going to spot anything. All players playing up in towards Heaven, as well as the vents. Wide open here for the taking. Cosmic Divide, maybe a counterfeit available.
Ya, tuh kan, itu gitu tuh bisa kalah, cok.
Go ahead and collect that one over towards screens. But not finding the reveal. Clear on the blast pack, spam through. Camo taken so very low. Just 1 HP remaining on him, but he's still managing to find 2 kills. Heaven and Forsaken both going to be taken down. Oh, falls to Jing, turns back in, finds the first. Another paint shell going to be built up, but he's looking for another weapon perhaps to use. Either way, swings the corner to his demise. As things get chaotic, Team Liquid keep themselves in this map.
But that's the end of the ult well for Team
Tambahan
Liquid.
suka aneh-aneh
Use
guys.
everything to get this to go, and they do. And Camo, absolutely ridiculous stuff there. So low HP, and just swings out with a beautiful spray transfer.
7 HP overall, decayed to 1. Unbelievable. It looks like Jing, still a smile on his face, still feeling comfortable, but you have to suspect that Alex is not feeling the same way backstage.
He gambled a bit, paid the price.
One end right there and then, but 3 more chances here for Paperrex to stop that OT.
This isn't a guaranteed hit for Paperrex. They're just looking to see if they can put these shotguns to good use. Spike though. Oh, gotta be careful there.
Yeah, judge at that range, not gonna do a whole lot of anything. Backs away, just get the paint shell out.
Dia tahu lagi dapat shotgun.
For his boldness, Jing does get rewarded a bit.
He gets the boombot and the paint shells out of that, so it's a lot of impact util on a retake. That's on a timing. Expecting that maybe Paperrex has taken control of Mail, and he is correct. Buy some time.
Backs away from the angle. Paranoia going to be sent, not getting the catch onto Nats, but it's going to be Demise, something coming away with 1. Serial back sight.
Nice one.
Finding himself 2 kills. Makes it a 2v2, but now there's going to be a pit in play. Spike picked up Forsaken.
Oke, 2 lawan 2. Ulti.
Has the ult as well to go on a scouting mission. It's Camo immediately dropping down. He's trying to fake it. He's just sprinted into back sight, and they have absolutely no idea. The recreep forward, Devi's been outdone! Patty finds Forsaken! And my God!
Aduh,
Team
apa sih,
Liquid are
cok?
making a go of this!
Unbelievable! The fake clone works the tree! The confidence to do that in that moment. Unbelievable.
It's such a gamble, because if it's anybody else other than the Viper, they likely try to clear it. But Divide doesn't want to give the position away. They don't want to shoot at it. And he actually managed to pull it off on an international stage. Nice! He's my clone!
Nggak kedengeran suaranya guys ya? Bukannya kedengeran ya suaranya?
Now you've got Paperrex on an eco. One away from a dimensional drift, couple away from a showstopper. The ult cycle looking decent for both teams actually.
Quick exit, Paranoia already committed, and Patek holding down ramps. Camo ready to pinch in from behind, goes for the strike. Divide can provide another at the same time. As the dust will settle, Patman alone.
Anjing.
Has to clutch this out to bring this map to an end.
Nanti kedengeran guys ya sekarang ya, stepnya beda kan setahu gua.
The opposite side. 72 HP, 1 Prowler, 1 Haunt.
He's had some clutches in Pacific. He can do it.
Toxins going up.
Plays it quiet. Back of sight here behind the screen. Double push forward out of the elbow. Swings in, is good for 1, but cannot get the other. Serial survives, as does Liquid. We're now 1 round away from taking this into OT.
And this is going to be a wild final round of regulation on this map.
Aduh, 3 map, 3
There are going to
roncong
be
ada yang
a
dapat.
bunch of ults in play. Patek again, able to hold the line on the defensive side. Divide gets 2. But Camo striking, being a difference maker on that Yoru once again. Nice! They've got a real chance, and I think, yeah, absolutely. You would want a timeout here as Paperrex. You still had 1 more. Talk about this round. If you've got a set play, if you've got a set strategy that you know is
uang
money,
ada, kocak kan habis
now's the
saving.
time to cash in.
From the shadows, as well as the Dimensional Drift online, the Showstopper and Nightfall combo, 1 charge away. Paperrex, can they bring this to a conclusion, or does Liquid take this the distance? See what the game plan ends up looking like here for PRX. But Toronto, you guys want to see this go to OT?
Merah-merah gara-gara Yoru tadi anjing.
This can happen if Liquid can continue to persevere.
And
PRX can just close it out now.
They're close to a couple ults for themselves. You can get Kiko into that showstopper.
Kamu Keiko panasnya berdua gitu guys anjing.
Obviously they want to do the same. They're stacking up.
Ada ulti 2 sih. Sama aja 2 ulti juga anjing. Jing berapa Jing? Oh Jing juga tinggal 1 guys. Ini rebutan op nih pas ini guys, sumpah.
Get out of dodge if necessary. Something gonna try to create a little bit of an info gathering mission here for himself.
Spotted anything there. Nat's able to back away fast enough. Running out of time, but the A site open, so won't get punished, but also doesn't spot out anyone at all, including Kiko. Showstopper now invested as Jing's flying at him, and he's dead.
Apa sih Gento?
Explodes are up beneath his feet.
Apa sih Cok?
Looking for the ace, and he has it. What a round! An ace from the race of Team Liquid takes us into overtime.
Unreal stuff from Kiko. He is masterful in the moment. Team Liquid, 4 rounds in a row to send it to overtime. And it comes off of an ace. The dimensional drift doesn't see a thing.
Jing ngapain lompat ke situ ya guys?
In their positions. And it isn't read quickly enough by Paperrex to do anything about it. Jing tries to blast pack ahead of the
Itu Jing kenapa lompat ke situ? Dia nggak ada ulti kan?
The ups weren't there. An unbelievable scenes here in Toronto.
And he effectively does it all by himself. That is going to have Paperrex reeling, but they don't have time to try to recover fully. As Patek swings in, takes down something as he forced up for the operator. Jing now gone. Both duelists dead. Here on the defense. Liquid are going to look to try to make this a very quick OT. Double push down in towards mid. Forsaken and Device, shoulder to shoulder. They're trying to clear this out, but yeah, they're just hugging back. Waiting for it. With a triple stack high-low.
Just felt like Nats has a read there.
Download complete.
Paperrex wanted to get too aggressive. You know, they were trying to fly high in some of those rounds. And off the rip here, with so many players in mid trying to create pressure, he just got the vibes. And he was ready to rock and roll. 2 players for Paperrex left to try to do something about this 5-man stack that Team Liquid is going to bring to bear.
Kalau bisa clutch sih gila banget ya.
30 seconds left.
Right on a timing. A crash forward to Divide.
Ngapain lah tuh?
Trying to rush forward, catch them off guard, but there's just too many players on the opposite side. They haven't lost anyone. Padman now would need to ace clutch. Can only take the first step. Team Liquid. 5 rounds consecutively get themselves the lead. Map point now theirs, 1 away from stealing Paperrex's map pick.
Kill right there from Patty Tech. That Prowler may be enough to kind of something guessing. Yeah, there's 3 players there.
Enemy remaining.
Forsaken, not going to go well. And Camo really coming alive here in some of these rounds towards this 5-round run that Team Liquid has strung together. Kiko as well, of course, still absolutely going crazy.
More off force, but it's something dead again. This time Jing is able to answer back. A kill, finds a second. Player advantage here for Paperrex as they look to try to
Nggak dicek lagi anjing.
He tagged up now. Kiko's position going to be confirmed. Paint shells will find a bit of additional damage
Wah,
there.
itu udah angle dia mati berkali-kali guys, nggak dicek guys.
Spike now planted. Paperrex 4v3 to try to hold this, but Kiko covering fire, finds the buy. Jing is still able to clean up one. Showstopper going to be locked towards heaven, and Jing now on for an ace of his own.
Udah sih, jangan farid.
Serial tucked in around the corner. Trying to utilize the smoke here against him, pushes forward in case the angle's going to be from screens, but here's the drop. Swings in, looks for it, denied. Serial now with an opportunity to try to bring this to its end, but Forsaken says no. 13 to 13. This OT will continue.
Switching sides.
Unbelievable. Jing's turn to step up to the plate and potentially change the destiny of this map. Opens up solid spray, catches Camo, had it in his mind that Camo had tried to lurk through that particular screen before.
Player standing.
And that showstopper.
Jason kalau miss dikit kelar tuh guys.
And a sigh of relief there for Forsaken.
Jing! Anjing, game apa sih?
Manages to weave it through. Tied up once more. Chance for Paperrex to try to retake the lead. Liquid wanting to stop that from happening. Orb does get taken. Forsaken. He pings it out.
Just knows.
He reads it precisely, but doesn't try to go for any real spam damage there with that judge. Wants to stay planted in position here and catch them off guard later. Meantime though, Liquid.
Doanya gampang banget masuk guys itu. 4B padahal Jason udah shotgun situ ya.
Quiet drop down through the vent.
A lot of this is off that early Omen smoke that was deep outside a garage. They feel like this might be the weak side, and they've read it correctly.
Something potentially at risk here. That's a gate crash that would take him out to safety. If anybody just peeked out from heaven, he'd be dead to rights. Because at the moment, he does not have the read on this, but now certainly does. The util starts to fly. But here comes the approach in from Main.
Cok, ini something jelek banget angle-nya, sumpah anjing. Something yang nge-pick apa, Cok? Lihat, Cok. Tengah jalan begitu, guys. Wah, aneh banget, Cok. Aneh banget, Cok. Anjing sendiri nge-picknya begitu, guys.
Look who's lurking.
Close this out, but yeah, and they have
Wah, aneh banget, sumpah, guys. Sumpah something, Cok.
There's not much that they can do about it here for the moment. Thinking about the
Pick
turn
tengah
back,
jalan.
there's the timing. That's striking when you least expect. Divide, last one standing. Bit of damage. So wait out the vulnerable. A 1v2. If he can isolate, break through this opening corner here. But he's not even reading it. Attack will take him down. Spam the ground. Liquid once again in
Itu aneh banget nge-pick di tengah jalan begitu, guys. Nggak ada angle yang kayak nggak bisa kabur gitu, guys. Ah, itu angle apa? Coba lihat, Cok.
Something here left on an island. Just not aware of the negative space that had been given up, not aware that they had gotten through mid so quickly until the util was already there. He never got contact over at long A either. So he was just left there with his pants down. And then the rest of Paperrex trying to fight through, but Nats's lurk once again just ruins any real hope of that 3v5 coming through. It's actually a Liquid timeout here.
You know, wanting to get a good, solid game plan.
Pusing!
One more round on this defending side. Try to bring this map to a conclusion. Does obviously open up for Paperrex. Get involved, to have a conversation, to have a game plan, a read of their own. See what ends up coming to fruition here. Is Kiko about to drop 30 with one more kill.
Now this could be a real boon here going into the second map for Team Liquid. This is Paperrex's map
I don't
pick.
man, come on man, come on.
You almost, you were looking like it was going into sunset. You were going to be down 0-1. Instead, you've got a real chance to close it out in this round. Go into your map pick with an advantage. Paperrex would absolutely be kicking themselves. They can't get through here. Another chance, another A strike, seemingly on the cards.
Jalan cok anjing enggak.
Little bit of noise made there. Forsaken at the ready, but no noise, no contact from that ramp heaven side, so it does save it. Haunt over the top, cleared out. The rest of the team pushing up towards the ramp. Prowler gives it away. Making a little bit more noise than Patatech. Takes out something once more. Just not been given any opportunity to really find impact in these OT rounds. Consistently dying right off the top.
It's the one player who's played against Paperrex before.
Jing bounding forward, Nats.
I mean,
waiting here, striking, swings in towards heaven. Hatman faces back, does manage to find that kill, but now it's a 2v3. Must win for Paperrex and Forsaken. Evens up the odds. Plan to now come through. Camo trying to find this enemy Omen.
Here.
Forsaken ends up getting tucked back through.
One flash left. Gotta make it a good one.
It's the only bit of util. Aside from Forsaken with 2 teleports. Liquid trying to see if Paperrex get impatient here. Lob in on that flash. Not able to find anything. The smoke not dissipating. Forsaken fighting one, but cannot get the other. 15 to 13 as the defuse comes in. Team Liquid fight back and steal away Split.
What a comeback here for Team Liquid. It took 4 rounds in a row to send it to OT, and they get it done in the second go in the overtime rounds. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable scenes and performances here from Team Liquid. Paperrex could be kicking themselves a bit. Sunset gonna be coming up next, and it's a must win as Team Liquid looks to send them home.
Okay, what they do right now, and that's where we're messing up, boys. We are not taking responsibility. They poking something into gamble somewhere. They full gambling right now defense. They leaving one side open, they gamble other side. We need to take responsibility, and that's what we were good at yesterday, boys, and we're not doing that right now.
Yay!
Come in, you saw now a lot of people. Where is your tip? You can just fall back. And also on the fights, we need to say what we want to fight. Fight left, fight right. Everyone need to step up on that, okay? Everyone.
Anjing. Berak, cok. Bangkit. Bangkit, guys. Aduh, Sunset lagi, cok. Sunset nggak pernah main. Masalahnya mereka, guys. Sunset main berapa map, cok? Nggak pernah, cok. Di VCT Pasifiknya nggak pernah main Sunset nggak sih? Johnson lagi getar lagi. Iya, cok, makanya. Si Jason nggak setajam biasanya, guys, tapi tajam, cuman nggak seserem kemarin-kemarin. itu Juli. Juli sih, bulan depan nih berarti Juli. EWC dulu. Ngentoy pakai kalah. Udah mau menang 12 duluan, cuy. 12-9 pakai kekejar, cuy. Ke comeback anjing. Pistol kalah semua, cuy. Udah capek-capek 12, cuy. Masih kalah, cuy. Sayang banget anjing sumpah, cuy. Aduh, cok, ayolah bisa lah men. Ayolah map 2 cok. Si CT ngata-ngatain guys, pasti yakin anjing. Bocil-bocil throwing nih guys. Kenapa CT kagak ada guys? Lah CT kemana nih bro? Udah 2-0 padahal sumpah. Tadi sebenarnya unlucky-nya tuh si Kamo bisa-bisa aja tuh. Itu tadi timing Kamo pakai Yoru fake-fake itu anjing banget tuh guys, sumpah guys anjing. Kok kagak fake-fake udah menang tuh guys. Enggak sih belum tentu juga, cuman kayak gara-gara fake clone-nya itu anjir timing dia jadi kayak sampai ke overtime, cok. Ayolah main, gue mau di playoff soalnya bro. Ayolah. Ya nggak sih guys, masa kita nggak ngeliat Paperrex di playoff guys. Ya guys. Kalau di menang map ini udah enak banget pasti. Paperrex tuh kalau map satunya menang, Pistoronnya dapet, itu tuh pasti map 2-nya kenceng guys. Map satunya kalah, biasa map 2-nya suka-suka amburadul guys ya. Itu udah statistiknya banget, cok. Map 1 kalau misalnya kalahnya apalagi ini kena mental, guys. Kalahnya ke comeback ya. Bahaya, bro ya. Guys. Something suruh JT nggak semua sih.
Thank
you for having me.
Now you played against Team Liquid, just a couple times. I don't want to, revisit any trauma, but on Split in particular, did you expect this comeback from them? How did they win this map?
Yeah, I mean, I saw how Paperrex were playing. Team Liquid play a very default style type of game. You kind of want to shake things up against a team like that with the double duelist. And Paperrex unfortunately weren't doing that, and it was just a clean comeback, and I kind of expected Team Liquid to come back here.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like Team Liquid kind of get to steal away this map, both because of fake Euro clones and stuff, but also they're winning both pistol rounds, even though their attack half initially was dreadful. Apart from the anti-bonus that they won, they only won a single other rifle round, but got so
emang yang Paperrex gak punya cuman IGL doang sih guys. IGL penting ya.
Yeah, I mean, look at the scoreboard right here. This guy absolutely popped off 29 and 19, 300 ACS.
Yang kayak model Nuts gitu guys, gila Nuts sih bagus banget ya.
Big factor into why Liquid came back here.
Yeah, we talk about Cats a lot, and this is the one half of Cats, right? Kiko here, a bit of a diff when it comes to the duelist side, but certainly for Paperrex, they let us slip, right? It was 12-8, 12-9 at one point.
Yeah, Paperrex didn't seem to be able to find the right answers when it came to their own attacking side, even though I felt like they were able to get a ton of space on the map pretty consistently. They weren't running into a lot of forward lines being held by Camo or anything like this, but just got themselves in awkward positions.
Gue lumayan mempertanyakan something jaga di situ doang tadi guys. Udah sisanya sih ya udahlah. Unlucky bro, unlucky.
They were able to get some space,
getar dikit ya udahlah.
Or even fake space, and they didn't even call it. There was one round where he fade-eyed A, fake TP'd, and all of a sudden they're going to hit B when there's 4 players on Liquid towards B. They just know it's a fake, and I feel like it's not getting calmed.
Yeah, it becomes an even bigger issue when Kiko starts heating up towards the end of the game, right? Gets the ace in that round, consistently a problem for
Gue gak suka tadi something jaganya tuh di tengah-tengah begitu guys. Kalau ngumpet di elbow masih mending ya, jaga satu sisi gitu, bisa bunuh satu atau dua.
Over A heaven, and like that came down to the fact I think like Jing a few times died like entering up into heaven, and they kind of gave up on that area of the map. And even when they were splitting in, they were still
emang gila-gila, tapi menurut gue gilanya juga Jing juga lagi gila.
It felt like they were always getting
Jason oke, tapi nggak setajam kemarin-kemarin.
It's time for an EMEA special, a fake Yoru clone from Camo here in the Verizon high-speed moment. Koala, this brings us back, right? Durka pulled it off in EMEA, and Camo's doing this on a global stage.
Yeah, I mean, these EU players got balls. Like, they just are not scared to do this. This is insane respect to Camo. This is something I always wanted to do on
pengen sih Jason ngecek di harusnya ya.
But like the fact that he's able to do this and pull this off on the international
stage
lagi, and actually pull Liquid into this comeback is just
sama Davai kayak masa bodoh anjing.
Always remember this.
The worst part is he doesn't even have clone in the inventory. He'd already used it in the round, and they didn't realize it. It is brutal. It just slips away, and that was the start of the snowball, because after that comes the Kiko ace. It comes round after round. It comes OT. Well, all of a sudden, Team Liquid solve their attack woes and win the map.
That's gotta shake you, right, a little bit. That's when you're 12-9 up and you lose the whole map because of that one play Koala noob. Very difficult to regain your composure.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that the IGL has to actually just rally the troops back up. Like, guys, it happens. Like,
but
we
what
got
if
this.
you don't have an IGL?
I don't have an answer. I've never experienced
then it's harder to rally the troops.
I feel like their mental must have been just destroyed from something like that. And then when they got to
Sunset,
overtime,
gue gak tau Sunset sih guys, jujur guys. Kalau Lotus masih bisa lah.
Like, what do we do?
What are we gonna do on Sunset, Ender?
Well, that's the question. I hope PRX were studying what they saw just yesterday from Team Liquid running their composition. I think one of the things that was working so well for TL was how Nats was using his Viper walls on the defensive side. It seemed like their opposition was never able to get full control over the B site because of the way it divvied up the site.
I love to hear what
kalau nggak ngecek hilang anger. Ya iya, tapi kayak banyak possibility lah. Gue Jason bisa masuk ke Viper Pit-nya. Kan kayak gara-gara satu momen gitu, kayak hoki banget kamu kayak gitu, tapi nggak kecek guys. Mereka kan juga nggak bilang itu klonnya udah keluar atau enggak kan?
Yeah, I think they've been playing Lotus, split for a while, so we kind of knew how they're going to play. We wanted to attack the B, and also I think they had a really good game plan going. They wanted to make sure that they tried to stop our random aggression, so I think it was a nice clash of ideas. What was the other part of the question?
What do you think you need to fix?
Yeah, we need to play our game. I think we tried to reinvent the wheel a bit too much. Normally we will be a little bit more free, and I'm hoping that this Sunset game will be a lot better.
Thank you and good luck.
Mukanya Alex ya baik-baik saja, bro.
If we read into what Paperrex ran, in some tournaments as of late, when it comes to the Sunset, would you like to see them bring the Sage, Koala?
I think it's something that'll shake Liquid up a little bit. I don't think they've probably faced Sage really at all on that map, and it's they've had pretty decent results with it in the past. I think it definitely can.
Mental sih menurut gue masih oke guys.
And you can go to Lotus, which
tapi aimnya nggak tahu.
Might actually win if they get there.
I mean, I think a lot of people are going to look at the first map and think Paperrex should have taken
something
that one.
Soalnya nggak dalam something better dari kemarin, tapi nggak yang
stylistic matchup to how TL play, especially like on the attacking side of things, because
gue lagi kangen something yang main jet di split coy, yang pedes banget kill 30 tau gak?
On always maintaining backside.
Gue lebih kangen dia jet pakai yang kill 30 gitu bro.
With the Sage comp, PRX often don't even care about
banyak MM gak tendangnya bro.
They just put down walls, they give them the free plant so they can play in that box front side, play back towards main. So they're not even going to worry about it.
We get it. Yeah, what do Liquid have to look out for now? We know the Sage is in play.
I mean, A control is going to be probably a very important thing on Paperrex's CT side, but they're on attack. I think it's like Ender said, the B hits. Nats is going to have to maybe change up how he plays. They don't really like to fight backside. They like to plant the bomb, play post point. So maybe shaking it up, maybe fighting B main a little bit more in the early game. You have the Neon, you can really win that control with this type of comp. Making sure you always have that A line, because coming back in with a comp like this is something that's going to be very taxing if they want to refight A. So that's going to be very important for Paperrex to make sure that they don't fall into that trap and really pay attention to the way that they want to play with the Sage.
Oh, we should get you in the coaching booth, Koala. Thank you very much for joining us here on the desk. Let's send this.
Ya guys, doakan yang terbaik guys. Last map. Kalau kalah last map. Kalau menang, we go to Lotus. Ayo bisa tuh. Tapi kalau agent gue sih lebih suka TL ya, so ya. Kalau agent mah standar aja kayak TL enak bro.
Historically, Dusk was talking about it, they have been good at this map, but this is a very different look, and something on Sova, while he has played it, is not something that we see consistently.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you think back to when they used to play this map last year, it was him on the Gecko, typically. So we're going to need to see him innovate, find some success, you know, maybe not.
Tapi emang ini setahu gue ini emang kayak kemarin kayak gini kan? Emang kemarin gimana guys? Gue lupa dah.
They're probably going to do it, but it's going to be pretty precarious here on this attacker side. If that Sova utility
Batman main
isn't
Viper
really
ya?
impactful,
Seagate.
I can see Team Liquid. Look at this toxic screen out through B main. Maybe get aggressive. Kiko off the rip, a headshot on the Jing.
Doesn't matter if it's the Rays, doesn't matter if it's the Omen. This guy is just on point today.
Keko dari kemarin tajam banget anjing.
Finding that kill. Sagan gonna be looking to try to shut him down, but Kiko has other ideas.
Di absen sama dia, cowok anjing.
To pick up another death. This Paperrex
Gun here.
just slowly marching toward their tournament exit. Barring a turn on the round, still do have
Alah
these
semua
shares in
pistolnya,
hand.
cowok kagak ada yang menang anjing.
They have their work cut out from Tripwire to go ahead and intercept. Camo in position over at Alley.
He's going to have a great angle for a relay bolt off that trip.
Have a crossfire set up here with Serial. Looks for the reposition, clears the dart. Gets the ping reveal, a couple shots gonna go flying out. His wall gets raised, but very quickly it's being broken down. Robin on the shock dart, forces him forward. Limit will be the start. Eventually does manage to find his prize. As that'll be the cleanup coming
Apa pistolnya
through.
jelek
Serial
banget,
striking, just the one
cowok.
catch
Jelek
down.
banget.
Team Liquid 3 for 3 in
Apa
distance.
ini?
Yeah, I mean, this is devastating. We've seen this a
Coklatnya ada
lot
kayak gitu.
here in Toronto. The teams just can't win pistols and can't win maps because of it. This Paperrex has been struggling in that department since their very first match.
Anjing itu Coklat apa guys?
Everybody struggled against Gen G, sure. If you're against Team Liquid, you're getting shut out in the pistol round department. These are some of the most important rounds you have in Valorant.
I told you,
And you know, they just tried to challenge Kiko again, and he's just too hot right now. You know, the confidence still there for Paperrex, but the mechanics on the side of Team Liquid currently, the momentum on the side of Team Liquid currently, and only a Sheriff bought up by Patman is the only purchase to speak of here. They're going to try to work the way around the map, try to find some extra orbs potentially, and
Aku yang lemah tanpamu, aku yang rentang karena
Holding on to the van
cinta yang.
Smoke out. Glimpse found, but either way, Jing does get whittled away at down to 52.
they'd really like to get through and get this plant going. Heal is there from Devi. Smoke is down. He's going to blast back through. What a
Nice
shot.
nice pet, sumpah.
Huge shot to be found, but no, just barreling forward into Pattytek's open arms.
Orang cowok.
Eventually does end up falling. Really bolt connects, and Camo gets the cleanup. 2 kills found, minor damage dealt. Team Liquid.
Kita dapat 2, not bad dapat 2.
Yeah, they're just playing Ben, but
Keluarnya tuh kayak nempel gitu guys.
A little bit of extra space. That smoke's blooming. Able to find one, but they come barreling through. Trying to see if they can overwhelm that angle. But man, oh man, Pattytek has been really
Sabar
firm.
guys, Byron, let's go Byron.
He has shut down early parts of the round for Paperrex sometimes. Just
Dapat
on
2 kocak.
own
Itu
angle
ikoron
there.
guys, ya udahlah gitu mau gimana.
Tons of value. Nats is even going to scoop up an Odin here. Oh my god.
Hefty investment in the bonus. One that could certainly pay off. Camo.
Nah itu Jing.
Scraping across the site.
Gak ada yang pernah
The way to try to
cek
play off that
itu anjing.
tripwire. In fact, the counter spam in anticipation of the peak does manage to find Serial.
Tripwire kena terus.
Patman on this lurk. May be able to find the timing here if he cuts in towards tiles. Wall now dropping, but it's going to be Patman who actually turns around, finds him with the Bulldogs, upgrades to the Vandal. Now we'll look to try to start a flank. The rest of the team pushing forward. Paranoia going to be sent, but cleaned up as they work their way through the one-way. It's just Kiko to try to see if he can make this a bit more costly, but he cannot. Paperrex not allowing for a bonus conversion off the rip like we saw.
Kalau itu pinter Patitek guys. Tanya nyalain si Batman udah bagus timingnya, tapi Patiteknya tahu Batman bakal ngelar, jadi dia lihat belakang.
They do a great job on the
Ya, itu Patitek udah tahu Batman bakal ngelar guys. Jadi baca itu gameplaynya.
right before they make
Jing sekarang main Phantom ya bro.
And Jing gets up on that box. Puts it to good use. Gotta look for some of those cheeky walls as well.
We need Jason Sutanto top fragging.
In the spots you're not ready for with that Sage. This time Team Liquid, understanding Paperrex's game plan, gonna make a change. Deep relay bolt dissuades Paperrex from committing.
Shadows traveling.
And I think that's wise. You gotta know there's some kind of layers behind that defensive setup. Right outside of A main. And you're starting to take a little bit of space in the mid, claim a little bit of map control for yourselves.
Here.
As they think about going over towards B, looking for the crosses, seeing if anybody changes sides of the map. They're going to use a smoke there at mid. Pattytech has to go.
Cross match jam 2 malam. Iya emang harus jam 11 gak sih bro?
Not much to be seen.
Something sat here. You're looking to try to sell a bit of a fake. Try to strike off of.
Deploying drone.
So it's the drone. At the moment, Team Liquid not really biting on this bait. Another peek back in towards mid. Shock darts, both going to be committed. Clears out the tripwire. Camo going to be holding close at the ready. Here is Jing.
Nice
Camo cannot sprint fast enough. He gets taken down. Kiko's still going to be set up here over towards Ali.
30 seconds
Flank
left.
coming through. Patman's going to try to hound him down.
Nice Pat. Nice banget Jason.
In towards backside. Fish up Pattytech is here we go.
For the exit.
Here. Boost up over the top. A Paperrex classic. Something about Sage with this team. They always try to break the maps. Team Liquid going to be going for a save. Paperrex, flawless fashion, will tie us up at 2-2.
Yeah, it's really important for Paperrex to get a good start here on this attacker's side. Going to be very, very key to their mental stability and to the nature of the map itself.
I said flawless fashion.
Oh, hold on.
They are going on the hunt. They're coming out on top. Lose a player, but take everything out of the hands of Team Liquid.
Oke, mereka terlihat percaya diri guys di sini guys. This is a good start.
Absolutely worth. Levi is going to have a res as well coming into this next round. Great entry by Jing, great paranoia, and a slow orb to set him up. Very nicely handled. Yep, there you go.
One enemy remaining.
Paperrex Classico. We're going to find these weird Sage walls. Whether it be just boosting someone up there, TPing on top of it, Jing blast packing up with it. A lot of different options.
Masih tagging nih bang. Oh iya cok, anjing tagging lagi cok, defendingnya gimana ya? Aku yang lemah defending.
Toxic screen.
4 players working their way across the tiles. Not spot anything, so should get a read pretty quickly, but do potentially have an opportunity to punish.
Kena lagi. Demen banget kena tripwire anjing.
Maybe he'll be able to find a backstab here. It's all going to come down to these timings. Turned around, faced in towards B main. Noise not yet being made. Reads this position being given. Batman looking like he's not going to be able to find the flank of all flanks. Players clustered up. Smoke going to be cycled in. They're actually going to backpedal a little bit. Now starting to register that there might be a player behind. Weapon drawn out.
Yo, lo nggak aware copet man, lihat tuh di flank ya.
Vandal can be recovered, saved. Recon just hang out into one. Forsaken, he swung into a triple face last match. Doesn't want to do it again. This time is able to go ahead and back away. Vandal potentially here for the catches. Jing gonna go sprinting forward. Doesn't clear the corner though. They will retain their weapons.
Forsaken's like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me again, well then it's definitely my fault, but he avoids disaster there. It's Paperrex, 3 in a row. Finding some momentum, finding their groove.
Jing kaya banget cok anjing, 7.500 bro.
On device resurrection if necessary. Let's see what they want to do off the start. It's been a lot of early A contention.
Zakat Vandal.
Team Liquid is going to be
Babi kalian ya, babi.
Wow, Paperrex going to leave something for his own over there.
Semangatku ku berikan.
Has to get out.
Clear the dart. Little backpedal the rest of the team. And they maybe very swiftly themselves in onto this site. Very narrow angle to try to play off of. Serial immediately having to backpedal. Paranoia goes his way. Tucked back in towards Boba, joining in alongside.
Nah, kayak ada Omen gitu ya, bisa TP langsung ya.
Now, site is opened up here for the taking. Spike coming through.
This is the pit.
They get the wall set up. Yeah, here on market. And Patman, like you said, the pit going to be invested immediately. Try to make this nigh impossible for Team Liquid. Camera frantically just sending out a dart, hoping to find a hit, but comes up shy. Fury now committed to try to flush him out. Patman, he's the first one to fall. Camo's able to find that kill. Attack on a Forsaken forces him back, and he cannot hold his ground. That's finds that. Jing looking for a little bit more, but they're all falling to the wayside as something's the last one standing. There's the blind, there's the shot. And Team Liquid retake into the pit and somehow only lose one player.
This is brutal for Paperrex and a great retake for Team Liquid. Love the Hunter's Fury into that pit. We've got some really good ideas of where they're going to be tucked in. And they're able to punish them so quickly. Right, using that Hunter's Fury as an entry tool. Kind of keep Paperrex moving, keep them guessing, and flush them into the encroaching Team Liquid members. Beautifully set up, beautifully thought out. Now Paperrex gonna have to rethink things a bit. Do have the overdrive for Camo.
TP forward into the smoke there at mid. Forsaken. About to be backstabbed here. Nats, he reads it so perfectly. Heard the maneuver. Does manage to find that kill. Turn over the top there at market. Tiny little gap to try to peek through. We'll be able to slide forward onto the site. Cam still not going to be cleared. Patman on this linger here at mid. Seeing if he can intercept anybody. He goes starting to strafe maybe into position here where the punish can be found, but it's going to be the lead-in from Camo, escorting him forward. His teammate clear on the angle. Something now having to hold down market. Gets a timing shot. Go ahead and take out one, but falling to the wayside at the same time. Find something to try to hold this back. Paranoia crashes across, finding the Sage. Serial swings around. Comes up with that kill and defuse, being held, and something with some swing will be punished. Team Liquid reestablish the lead by one.
Dia main jelek banget anjing.
It's getting a little scary for Paperrex. Starting to fall a little, trying to get a little too tricky, to be honest. You know, with this teleport from Forsaken, you're not fooling Nats. You're not fooling him. He is one of the smartest players on the planet.
One enemy remaining.
Game sense is incredible, and they still haven't found an opportunity to use the res on some of these holds.
Aduh, post-play doang sih bro, post-play jelek banget.
Trying to take fights, trying to be proactive on some of these defenses, and Patman is getting just destroyed on these lurks. So all of this is really making it difficult for Paperrex. It is why the bricks are crumbling, why the tracks not getting laid anymore.
Semoga Alex kasih pencerahan guys ya.
Still have an economy. They're trying to put together a buy, but we'll see what the call ends up being here for Paperrex. Hunter's Fury and the aforementioned res is still available for them. So it might just be slow play. Contact in, try to get these orbs handed over to Jing, who's 2 charges away from having a showstopper online.
Yeah, it's so much that Team Liquid does well. You know, they stack up, they're constantly playing for trades. That makes it so difficult for Paperrex, especially with the mechanics as sharp as they are right now for Team Liquid. And you're not winning your 1v1s either. Out in the open, everything.
Tekan 44 atau 35 Bang Cio, maksudnya apa tuh?
Paperrex had some good ideas to start.
Enakan 69.
See that Team Liquid is sensing off that timeout that, you know, what was working early on for Paperrex was A hits. So let's really overstack that angle. Let's see if we can catch him a bit off guard, but it's actually a mid push here. Quick rotation over by a couple members, and that's
mereka ngambil mid
looking for a
dulu.
little bit of a trap at top mid of their own.
Apaan sih itu?
Let's say tucked there into the smoke, see if they can find anything with the drone. Recall on the tripwire, very nicely done here from Serial. Wow, keeping that util protected. Paint Shell's gonna make it a little bit more difficult as they do get cleared out. He's still gonna be here at backside though. Put up some damage, but getting ping revealed to Hunter's Fury, he's just completely contained into the corner. And look for a little bit more. The wall gonna be raised here in their faces. Camo quickly tries to break down one of the segments, and that forces Forsaken to not be able to push forward. Rocket doesn't find the kill, gets a good amount of damage, but APAKAH still alive.
Ini Jing doang sih yang main guys, menurut gue guys.
To find some impact here.
Jing sih yang pemain kunci, jujur Jing bagus banget di sini. Selalu ngambil fight dan menang guys.
Nice. Script, but Camo and Nat swiftly are going to be dealt with here through the smokes. Not able to find one.
Player standing.
Looking for a little bit more here, and we'll be able to make it still a bit
Menurut gue
costly
Jing yang
as the
bagus
players die. Paperrex, the back of the time.
Jago dia, jago kalau udah main dress
Yeah, I
tuh
mean, a
kayak.
lot of this to me just looks like they're shoring up these post plants, making sure the crossfires are good, making sure everyone knows what their job is here. Nice Hunter's Fury to set up Jing. Showstopper, okay, doesn't get the kill, but you know they're there. You know you backed them off. That's giving you the ability to be ready for that entry. Fast lane goes up, you just start spraying through, get a couple kills on the entry. And now, things starting to go a little bit more back in PaperX's direction after that.
Jason sih menurut gue lagi biasa aja guys ini guys. Gak sepadas kemarin.
Sitting on the res. Have the neural theft, and of course Camo's lightning fingers, but until he seemingly wants to go on an eco or finds his moment, hasn't opted to pop him just yet. But Camo's been doing a great job being bait for his team.
Jing emang cuman
Looking for the camera, this time situated just up above. Simply drone not quite going to spot that out.
He's pushing in.
And yeah, he's pushing in, and now realizes that he is entrenched in a very rough spot. Snakebite to try to flush him out into the open, and it works a treat. Serial able to collect.
Valor King
Hard
bangsa.
angles, the crossfire setup is absolutely gorgeous.
Nih karena kita butuh Sova karena di situ kita buat ngecek angle, coy. Solvanya lurking anjing.
One of the key points of this map for Liquid is if you deny A to Paper.
Makanya itu hanya mati kiri kanan karena nggak ada Sova, nggak ada drone, nggak ada recon, guys.
So clearing these corners is going to be an absolute nightmare. I mean, you can do weird stuff like maybe use the wall to block off one side, but they're, you know, it's just infuriating, I'm sure. But you know, PaperX just doesn't have great options, you know, unless they can win these early scrums. Jing's ahead of it.
Anjing kan?
Kiko quickly backpedaling here since the smoke is going to be
Nah, itu menurut gue Jing nih OP banget coy ini orang. Kalau nggak ada Jing udah susah banget nih game sumpah guys. Jing sama Jason oke lah, tapi Jing menurut gue.
Trade back around, double face forward, right nearly connecting and getting transferred there, but
Jing bagus banget anjing. Tadi dia selalu menangin fight awalnya guys, sumpah. First kill Jing dapat mulu tadi.
Yeah, this time PaperX just disrespects this A hold. They're using that toxic
dia nge-pick begitu berani banget anjir.
Ahead of the relay bolt, I think, and whatever else was coming their way, they were just on point as well with the shooting. Just bullying their way forward.
Gue suka banget Jing kalau udah pakai res tuh.
Devi still no real opportunity to use the res. He's just been sitting on it.
Jason oke tapi nggak yang
no safety. There's a tripwire spotted, cleared. Hunter's Fury gonna be opened up. Hatman gets the punish though.
Nah, kayak
top of the late lurk. He's off
wis nggak mati bro.
Into the corner, keeps himself alive. Jing at the same time off screen gonna be taken down as Nats finds that kill. Pit available now for the Viper. Forsaken. Just a second spare.
Kok cancel?
TP, but it gets canceled, and he's immediately right back into his demise. The wheels coming off a bit here, it would seem. Timing has the heal available. Would love to get that. Oh, there it is. Okay, finally does go through.
Timing was just off. Needed the other players to already be in position.
All set up. Camo, 20 HP, pops the overdrive.
Nice pet.
Catches a stray to the skull. Suddenly into a 3v3 we go.
Nice pet. Nice something.
Minding the flank. Is he going to be ready for the
Udah
second
nggak sih
layer?
nge-pick mulu bangsat.
Don't have to worry about it. Serial is going to be the one to take him out of the equation.
TP-nya kalian bang.
Worried about a deep
TP
wraparound.
ditembak ya. TP-nya kayaknya dia nggak taruh tempat safe, cowok. TP-nya di tengah-tengah set nggak sih naruhnya si Jason? Ini ditembak.
Just sat here, playing in front of the toxic screen. It will fall.
Nice.
It's perfectly poised. Serial
nice.
flipped there in the skulls. Devi.
Enggak, TP-nya bukannya cancel sih, kayak dia TP-nya nggak TP di tempat safe kayak misalnya di A-main yang aman gitu.
Given the back and forth between these teams, this could absolutely end up being a 6-6 half.
The fact that Patman survived there, absolutely massive. TP play for Forsaken doesn't fool him. Patman comes up with another huge kill, shutting down the overdrive. Let's go, boys! Forsaken.
Memang agak goyang banget ya guys ya. Gameplaynya map ini emang kurang guys.
6-5, 7-5.
Agak goyangnya sih mereka.
Fantastic and Camo.
Oke, bisa sih guys, round by round bisa sih kalau misalnya mereka nembak. Yuh, Allah. Allah.
And on a neon, you already say, okay, probably favor you there. Into a pit.
I like those odds.
Can get some, some work done. He's just sliding forward into this. It's the shock darts. Just shy of being able to find that kill. The push forward fight does end up getting him, and Jinx going to be taken down as they get the ping reveal. Wall committed. Try to go ahead and get the res through. Devi on the counter spam. Finds PRX. His Camo gets the spot out on the one. The Bucky here. In their faces.
Nice banget. Nice banget. Itu loh. Itu loh tim. Nice team.
Kiko and Serial now.
Itu loh. Keluar bareng-bareng, fight berempat, fight berlima, udah.
Stop Paperrex from having the lead at the half. Devi worked lower and lower, down to 25. Rotates back around, and Serial will be noted and dealt with. Kiko with everything to do. 3 players around the corner, all of them very low, but the wide swing will offset.
Itu loh, Fai.
Ih,
Davi mau langsung ulti lagi anjing. Baru ulti, cok.
Struggled on split, but comes up huge here for Paperrex on the first half of Sunset.
Ini kalau Jing nggak nyala udah sih emang iya benar.
What an impressive round from the Sage.
Slingshot his way to the top of the standings. Across the lobby, 7-5 Paperrex in the lead at the half, but Pistols have not been kind to them. So Team Liquid certainly are not out of this yet. We'll see you guys on the other side of halftime.
Pistol kalah tapi selalu bisa ngunggul guys. Menurut gua harusnya mereka tuh untuk aim ya guys ya. Kita kayak misalnya ya, mereka walaupun pistol selalu kalah tapi bisa selalu unggul di setiap halfnya guys. Kenapa? Karena jujurly aim mereka lebih bagus dari tim sebelah. Pasti dong, ya dong. Tapi karena mungkin strats-nya nggak bisa kreatif, kalah strats dari rotate segala macam, jadinya makanya kalah. Kalau stratsnya lebih matang lagi sih, ini tim gila guys. Lu bayangin ya, mereka ini kalau stratsnya serem guys. Punya strats, punya tempo main yang digonta-ganti sama IGL-nya, mau gimana masuknya, disiplinnya. Wah itu gila sih bro. Kalau aim-wise lu lihat lah bro. Kalah pistolnya selalu bisa 75, 84 guys. Cuman butuh ini doang sih, stats yang emang lu siapin. Main tempo slow, main double check gitu loh. Dia maksud lo Arlex out, siapa yang ngomong gitu? Ziki bangsat. Lebih tepatnya mungkin nggak ada IGL resmi aja sih guys. IGL resminya belum ada. Butuh IGL sih, menurut gue butuh IGL guys. Butuh IGL yang bener-bener kayak si Nuts gitu lah. Kan lihat si Nuts ngomong anjir tadi pas half front. Gila keren banget tuh orang. Okay guys, don't forget, we need to be on auto belajar. We need to like peak left, peak right. Wah itu kalau IGL ada kayak dia bro, wah ngeri sih Paperrex sih.
Yeah, really interesting to see that Camo actually just a bit ahead of PattyTech. But I wanted to take a look at PattyTech. Some of the impact that he was having with that Hunter Sphere. You can see some of those slight bumps there. From maybe the ult, getting a lot of damage in there, but also holding the line really nicely early on in that half. Finding those big impact kills. Those first bloods, really, really powerful, really potent for Team Liquid to kind of shut the Paperrex train down and to keep the coal from being.
Alright guys, this is We need to take left, pick right, and fight left. We need to pick by pick together as a team. Don't forget, don't be afraid to take a fight as a team, guys.
Certainly do. Team
Sigma boy, Sigma boy, Sigma boy.
Damage 7-5 on their attack last time they played this map. See how they fare. There's a full kit here for Devi. It's gonna be the classic
udah
in hand.
meta pistol bertiga, satu-satu.
Couple ghosts otherwise.
Always.
Forsaken is half armor. Serial under pressure.
Okay.
Really aggressive paranoia gonna be sent out. Doesn't connect onto the Cypher, but
Mereka harusnya ke mid,
taken here
midnya
for
dilepas
Paperrex.
masuk. Oke. Dava harusnya
Liquid's
cabut.
gonna take space right back.
Yeah, already Camo arriving here at Boba, misses a timing, though they get the spot out.
Nice, nice,
Tries
nice.
to just send out the relay bolt. Forsaken at range with the classic.
Nice.
Manages to find the kill. Something pretty much
Nice.
balancing, finding Kiko. Snats able to avoid the dart, but
Udah jumping something.
one more player trying to make a go of this now by himself. Devi will swoop in from the side. Paperrex will find their first pistol win here of the series. Stretch that lead by 3 rounds.
Oh, itu bukan Paperrex, Bang. Ya tetap lah.
We wanted to see it get a bit weird, and this round certainly did. Forsaken there, catching Camo, trying to go for the relay bolt in the air. Pretty good mechanics. Oh my god, Jing, the fadeaway there. Disgusting.
Baru kayak jangan pick something, ngepick kan.
They needed that, and that's got him on their feet.
Jing on his feet, not something that we see very often. Minor prayer there from Alex as well. Sheriff in hand for Kiko. Paperrex not going to be a full commitment here to the purchases. Patman will just have the ghost. Everybody else, though, decent amount of firepower is Forsaken. Drifting along these walls and then
Nice, tuh lihat Jing, lihat tuh.
space from behind. Slide across, something eating an immense amount of damage, but
Oh,
eventually
something,
finds the
boss.
headshot. So they're going to look this about as flawless as they can. One casualty. Paperrex overall get themselves a very clean anti-eco.
That's huge for Paperrex's momentum.
BTW
for their
FNS ini guys,
confidence. That's
FNS
5 in a
udah
row
tuaan
now.
gak sih guys,
Going
bangsat.
back to the other half.
Dia udah jadi streamer aja anjing, viewernya banyak, ngapain jadi pro player lagi. Gedean gaji Twitch-nya dia daripada gaji Paperrex, yakin 150.000%
Clear
guys.
these angles.
Kenapa ngomong FNS
Both
gitu
of them are going to have to
bangsat.
find their timings, be really sharp on those entry shots. Team Liquid's turn to try to make a go of that.
They want to
Ya nonton 30.000 coy di Twitch kalau watch party, ngapain jadi EG lagi, capek, stres, kalah, menang. Jadi streamer Twitch coy.
He's one of the ones with a rifle. So certainly doable.
Kan FNS jadi
taking a
kontekator
look.
Paperrex, Bang.
Team Liquid
Wah,
trying to obscure their numbers.
gua
Shots flying through here, but
entot dipik, masih dipik, anjing, Jing, anjing.
ends up winning out.
4 orang.
Forsaken off screen. He pitches it from behind, works his way across towards tiles, tucks into the corner, and he's out to Camo.
Spike down mid.
No idea what hit him. Death from behind is Serial. Can barely even exit B main. Paperrex coming alive as they convert the bonus. And they double the round count of Team
Guys,
Liquid.
gua kasih simpel ya. Kenapa nggak rekrut Tarik? Kenapa nggak rekrut FNS? Kenapa nggak rekrut? Gua rasa sekelas Spicy aja, costnya udah gede bro. Gimana mereka anjir? Internasional Valorant gede banget bro.
Unbelievable.
Player standing.
He TP'd past the tripwire initially so that he didn't reveal his presence. And that is going to bring out an immediate timeout from Team Liquid after they lose the bonus on their attacker's side.
Pokoknya viewer di atas 10.000, apalagi 20-30.000, itu gaji Twitch-nya gede banget guys pasti. Ya gede banget, gede banget. Apalagi Twitch kan, US kan, oh fuck. Wah harganya nggak mungkin ini cok.
Just something that Liquid haven't really been able to find quite just yet here. A solid start to this map, but
Pasti itu gede loh di Asia ya, bukan di US ya.
Timeout called. First one that they're investing here. They need to run back 5 just to tie it up.
Apalagi gitu guys. Sebagai bisnis, kalau lu ngerti bisnis guys ya, nggak akan guys. Itu berat banget. Kecuali tim lu tuh kayak T1 gitu ya. Paperrex kan cuma satu tim guys. Cuman sekarang baru 3 tim guys. TFT, Pokemon Unite, Valorant.
for Forsaken. It's something
belum jadi tim yang masif mega banget gitu loh, belum. Kalau T1 juara di mana-mana ya mungkin bisa T1. Even T1 yang nggak ngambil kan, kalau T1 ngambil bisa ngambilnya T1. Ngambil streamer US boleh yang gede-gede. Kayak kalau kita udah masif, kayak mungkin ya simpelnya kalau di Indo kayak hierarki lah gede banget kan. Cabang mana aja ada. Beda bro. Beda itu tim baru besar. Kalau Paperrex tuh kita bilang besar di Valorant, tapi kalau di sebagai global nggak terlalu ya besar tapi nggak impactnya nggak sebesar e-sport lain kayak hierarki dan lain-lain guys.
Will prove deadly at this range. TP forward. He not getting the read and Pac-Man. He can't see him. It doesn't even matter. His mind's eye opens. He massacres them here, denying any opportunity for the half buy to find purchase.
We are fighting in the mirror, fighting in the windows in the riding. Only got away the winner fire in the mirror. In the fire, oh yo.
Incredible.
Wake back! We are so big right now. We are gonna be destroying you right now.
Maybe hoping he had fallen a little further back.
The train might have been derailed with Sliggy's grand betrayal in this series, but there's plenty of room in the Patmobile.
That's right.
Make it look like a clown car.
That's right. That thing usually holds two.
Forsaken pushing forward into the smoke once again. It goes on red. Camo able to fight back for one. Trade here onto the Omen, but they are just losing on all fronts.
Ini malah satu menang guys, 2-0 nih.
This is Nats. Good for him to kill on the Divide. He's got Jing.
Nats, you don't wanna poke and prod at this sleeping giant for too long.
Satu tadi menang guys. Throwing guys, 2-0 guys.
It's Paperrex storming their way to map point as they look to take this the distance over to Lotus.
Nembak smoke terus anjing, Batman bangsat cok. Dapat terus smoke-nya anjing.
Classic Paperrex. Just go for the scraps, go for the plays, go for the confidence. They're gonna get the op for Divide here. Another option that
ya kali kan guys, 5-12 guys ya. 5-12, 7 round ya kali nggak dapat satu.
Stellar map Divide. Impact found so many different ways. Now let's even get it done with the op. Yep,
nah itu.
He can. Looks for the readjust. Downward flick not going to come through. Showstopper. Shing will get sniped out of the sky by Kiko, but still is able to find a kill. 3v3 now.
Takes flank.
Getting scooped up. Drawn from something. Check into mid. Gets a spot on the serial, but doesn't see anyone else. This deep lurk here from Kiko. Able to find some value is Forsaken. Slowly drifting back. Kiko.
Aduh, Kiko masuk tangan muda bro. Fuck man.
Paperrex isn't really reading this. They weren't aware that there were two players tucked behind that wall, so this is going to open up the map for Team Liquid.
It's going to fall on Patman once again.
He was so good last time.
Cutting their way in
Batman.
To the B site.
Batman situ dah. Enak banget Batman.
They have to suspect that he's going to be the one playing on this side of the map.
Kapan gerak-gerak Pet itu enak banget Pet, sumpah Pet.
Serial about to make first contact.
Nice Pet.
He gets dropped. Spike now on the floor. Quick TP over into
Aduh
B main.
Pet.
Still
Nice try Pet. Turun 2 Pet.
Spike has to be scooped up. Hit comes through. That's still needing to recover this, and there's only 20
dia nggak bisa plan,
remaining.
Ultinya nggak bisa plan bro.
Small little corner of safety within the pit to try to go for the plant. Otherwise, might have to try to just pass this over to Kiko.
So spammable.
Itu dia maksud gua.
Reads it perfectly.
Itu loh, guys.
13-5. This series is not done yet. Paperrex will not go quietly.
Coba dari tadi bro, kata gua mah dari tadi map 1 udah nggak ngetro guys. 2-0 anjing. Map 1 tadi kagak banyak gerakan-gerakan aneh, udah 2-0 guys.
Looking back, Lotus still needs to be played. This is not over yet. One of these
Batman hokinya setahun dipakai anjir, nembak smoke dapat mulu bangsat emang. Kalau main bener gini kan kita nggak naik darah ya nggak sih? Lihat guys, kalian senyum semua nggak sih kayak, oh my god, so cool, so great, the play is so wonderful, the shot is amazing. The position is perfect. Kayak gitu kan enak ya, nggak pusing, nggak stres, nggak naik urat ya guys ya. Nggak ngaceng ya guys ya. Jadi kayak, kenapa gitu harus ya? Tadi itu harus dari 12-9, 8 bro. 12-9 bro. Jing MVP, Jing 2 map MVP itu anjir. Ayo guys, satu map lagi guys. Lotus. Something Yoru udah pasti guys. Something Yoru. Jing Race. Jing Omen. Jing Race enggak. Da Five Vice. Jason Omen. Something Yoru. Something bridge ya. Lupa jing. Kalian ingat gak guys? Line up guys. Jing udah pasti race. Nggak mungkin Jing nggak dikasih race bro. Oke, for second Omen, Batman Viper, Da Five Vice, Jing Race, something Gecko or Bridge. Alright. Iya sih kayaknya Bridge sih. Harusnya Bridge sih. Bridge enak sih. Tapi enggak sih, kayak something nggak Yorus.
What a response from Paperrex. We will be going to a map 3 after that performance on Sunset. I am your host, Yingsu, and I'm back here once again and joined by Koala Noob and Ender. That was a crazy comeback after what happened on map 1. You gotta give it to Paperrex to keep their composure.
Yeah, it seemed very clear that they meant business in this game. Map 1, it felt like it got stolen away from them, losing pistols, losing to a Euro clone at the end.
Batman Fate.
Strong first half and
nggak ada Viper, nggak ada Viper. Batman Fate.
For Paperrex.
Nggak ada Viper, Cok.
They're playing insane
Omen Fate, yeah.
Like, everybody's hitting shots. Like, they're not scared to fight into Liquid.
And you were very excited about the stage. Was the usage of the stage what you expected?
Actually, no. I thought the stage was going to be a lot more leaning towards A, trying to like stop the Neon because Neons love to like take A space. But it actually was just like bunkering into the B site, and Paperrex just doing what they do best. They're just fighting, getting in your face. They're not scared to make these like crazy plays against you.
Yeah, we did go back to beta a little bit, or the first time PRX ran this comp, drawing the heart up there.
Oh my god.
But yeah, playing some of those fun boost angles where you can see the rotates coming in, the players from shop. We also had Devi boosting up on his wall in mid on the defensive side with the operator in his hands. I think overall, he just played a phenomenal game, even outside of the stage stuff, just gunplay.
Yeah, I mean, he was just hitting shots, like the walls were just so annoying, like it just... It's a character that's just not really taken into account on a map like this, and I feel like Liquid really felt that this game.
Udah kelar
This
kocak.
round especially,
Playoff
it's
abis
the
ini.
end of the first half, it's what gives them the advantage, even though they
Abis
lost
ini, abis
the
ini
player early.
pick-pickan ini benar.
And then just fearlessly
Selesai abis ini
taking
pick-pickan ini
winning
guys.
every single fight.
And you can see maybe a degree, Koala, of
Ya,
uncomfortability
Jing
from
253
Liquid,
CS
right?
bro.
They couldn't
KD
find an
2
answer
bro.
to this.
Yeah, I think Liquid were approaching it really wrong. Like, they noticed that they were fighting A every round, but like, you gotta take some mid control. You have to like make the rotates happen because they start top mid, Paperrex very heavy, and then they just rotate and refight you. And when you're fighting into them right away, which is exactly what they want, like it's just gonna be worse for you. So try to like make them over rotate, try to make them like tax like a lot of util out.
like it just wasn't happening, and they just looked really lost, to be honest.
Yeah, I think we also ended up seeing Paperrex once they moved on to
Paperrex menang
defense,
masuk
just
playoff.
winning out the important rounds. I'm thinking round 15, which is their bonus. They were in an aggro piece. They went into that fight. Then round 17 as well. It's the first time it's rifle v rifle, and it goes the other way. This is round 15, and it's Paperrex getting a huge walk up outside of A while their mid players were distracting with the early fight, and Forsaken just plays it beautifully. It looks like Camo didn't even know where he was.
Yeah, I mean, this was beautiful by Forsaken. Like, didn't he walk through the one way as well?
Yeah.
Like, full confidence. Like, it's just, this stuff you can't take into account when you're facing a team like this, and if you don't, like, this is exactly what happens. They're just going to punish you. And
Wolf
it
pasti
just
buat
continued to
lawannya, ya
happen,
pasti
and it was beautiful by them.
I think we also saw the other day when Team Liquid were playing this map, they got a lot of free A space because Nats is throwing down that Viper orb that breaks the typical one-way there. We're able to get these consistent walk-ups, but whether it was the duo hold, sort of holding that 180, locking down Team Liquid players, or refighting like we just saw there at the end of the clip, PRX had a very clear game plan at countering out what Nats was trying to do.
But it's a game plan that everybody is familiar with, right? They don't respect you. They're going to play like they don't respect you. And Koala, maybe we're going to talk about it in a second, but moving on to another map, the third one, they got to learn from that. They got to understand to not play into Paperrex's game.
Yeah, I mean, Lotus is up next. It's a map that we maybe don't know what Liquid's going to even pull out, because they used to run the Teho. Teho's nerfed. It can be a completely different comp, but Paperrex, I feel like they always just stick to their style, and it just works for them. So I'm just really wondering, like, what's Liquid going to do to approach this? Because it just didn't work.
Yeah, and I would love to, at some point, see a Waylay. We haven't seen a Waylay in this tournament yet. If it's
I don't want to see the Waylay still. I'm not a believer at all.
Why are you such a hater?
Because there's other agents that just do Waylay things better.
You don't believe in the Waylay?
Waylay nggak mungkin
Wayslaying on the
dipakai.
global stage?
I believe in winning, and Waylay is not doing that for you right now.
Well, if it's somebody that can help Team Liquid turn things around as we go to map 3, it's gonna be Nat. So let's hear from him about his Masters experience so far in this Omen player moment.
Hello, my name is Ayaz Nat. I'm at IGL for Team Liquid. I'm feeling good. Jet lag is a bit taking over. I'm already wanna go to sleep a bit, but I mean, honestly, it's good. I came to airport, straight to hotel, spoke, went to sleep, practice day, went to sleep, instantly match against MIBR.
Sova has not been able to recover a decent weapon. He's ice cold. He's just got enough time to find the plant.
Map apa nih bang? Last bang.
Will be spotted out by Vernon with time to fight. Vernon was 35, very low, but he has
Lotus.
the drop on Nats, who's watching the other corner. Ring around the rosy, but Nats now is convinced that this is the line he's looking for.
I'm happy to be on the stage. I'm happy to perform with the team. And I mean, that's amazing feelings. It was awkward and weird to watch them from the distance. But at the same time, it was good to see what's the issues and gaps we have in the team and what do we need to work on, because watching from the different perspective is always good. I was a bit stressed when they were playing, especially
Serial
the
kayak
rounds
Brits ya?
that was not secured from time to time. But it was different feelings from being on the stage and watching.
Team Liquid, they are running a 6-man roster, and as we go to Lotus, I can confirm Serial will not be playing this map.
Wah, Penny main, coy.
Is coming in. Koala, you know Penny, right? You played against him in the past. Tell us a little bit about him.
Yeah, I mean, I faced Penny in challengers. I faced him in scrims. Like, he is a very aggressive, he's a very good, confident player. And this makes me wonder, they're going to Lotus. They ran the Deadlock Cypher Waylay with Teho. But Penny's coming in, so I'm wondering if he's going to go on the duelist, and maybe Camo's going to go on to maybe a chamber.
Yeah,
because that'd be possible.
On Icebox, that's what they were doing, right? Penny, Jet, Chamber of Camo. The other world we could live in is a double duelist look. You know, I mean, we've seen teams like T1 playing the ISO and things like that, but it kind of seems to me like the last comp TL was playing on this map was off the wall and strange, and we could maybe just see it flip the complete other direction in terms of aggro.
And is that the best use of Penny? You think you have to just stick him on a duelist in this sort of scenario?
I mean, he's had a little bit of off rolls on other teams like G2. He was flex, but to be honest, he's a very good duelist. He's one of the better duelists that I remember facing in challengers back then. I think he's gonna get a lot of impact with it. And if they go this double duelist route, Paperrex, they like to play the double duelist also. So this is going to be a very, very interesting, very high like pace, high aggressiveness like matchup, and it's going to be awesome to watch.
It's also just such a wild
Ganti player pas mainnya Team Liquid doang nih.
Team Liquid played all of stage 1.
Iya, soalnya kan 2 orang udah duelis ya. Kamu tuh asli duelis. Si itu juga duelis Keiko, cuman Keiko main smoker juga kayak Jason lah.
But we are now in a do or die situation. Lose this, you're out of the tournament. Win it, and you're moving on out of Swiss towards playoffs. And it's coming down to the new guy for this team to step in at this critical moment.
And how big of a risk is that, though? Like you said, they have Serial. They played with Serial on Lotus, too. They've never played with Penny on Lotus, and we even heard from them from interviews, with Lohan even saying they didn't even scrim.
That's it.
Nats and Penny have scrimmed together once. One time.
Yeah, and was it a Lotus map? I don't think so. There is a very real world where this is one of the first times these 5 players are ever playing this map at all, let alone on stage.
What would you do if you were Penny? You know, how would you be feeling in that scenario?
To be honest, like all he needs to do is not let the pressure get to him. I think everybody that has watched him knows he's an incredible player, and the biggest enemy is himself. If he can push through this this pressure and just realize, okay, like they wanted me here, like they want me to play for this 3rd map, do or die, like they really have this trust in me, and like that should be like a very good like confidence for him to just really like take over the game, and like this could be a very close series.
Udah mulai kalah buka baju ya,
been on the master stage before, right? The pressure I don't think is going to get to this guy way back in the day with version 1, but now for everything for his new team to try and advance.
Yeah, and of course, if you're Serial, you're it's a helpless moment now. You know, you've done what you can do on map 1, 2. He's going to have to watch the rest behind the scenes. And for Nats too, we've spoken of him so highly. And after that performance on Sunset, you're familiar with the Nats speeches. We need a Nats speech more than ever.
Yeah, I mean, Nats, like, he had a very slow start. To be honest, I don't think it was fully his fault.
Masih di Navi atau enggak ya?
Kind of playing into the Paperrex way. He couldn't really get like the lurks going that he's known for, like these hyper aggro like timings. Like he really needs to do this in this Lotus for Liquid to be like the team that everybody kind of knows them as, because that's really like what Nats is known for.
Yeah, there's so much pressure on him individually to find those lurks, as you're saying. Also to call the map, also to bring in a player that's been sitting out the last 2 maps. That's the other thing. Penny hasn't been with he's been with the team between games, but hasn't been with them on stage. He also hasn't been, you know, actually.
They're gonna play the Waylay, but it's a double duelist with it.
Wow.
Yeah. Do we like it? How do we feel?
It's really interesting. It's not the like worst thing in the world just because of the Paperrex comp. It's kind of like almost a mirror matchup, but it's just like what's their plan with this? Like I feel like does the Waylay, does the Rays work well together? Like are they just gonna do like heavy executes? Like I'm very curious to see how they play around this, especially since it's running attack.
I think versus the Vise in particular, you have 3 different agents that can jump past the wall, jump past the thorns, right, and overwhelm the site. Especially C-Site, I feel like is going to be an area they're going to try to exploit with the Omen teleports.
Why?
Bait out the wall, get through it, and then have 3 other guys jump over it.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing with this comp, right? Like I think what you want to do is kind of like bait all this Vise util and try to like limit your util as little as possible. Like if you get into a post plan and you can save a lot of this util, like it's going to do wonders against the Paperrex comp.
And for Paperrex, they lost map 1 narrowly. Map 2, they managed to bring it back. Surely this is theirs to lose now.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to win this. First Waylay, I think, of the tournament as well in a do or die match, too. It's going to be nuts.
And there's only 2 people that are going to be more excited than us, of course. One last time today, Achilles and Paperthin.
Waylay, cok. Are you sure, man? Seru nih Team Liquid nih.
Thank you, Yinsu. Here we go. A Waylay at long last seen here at Masters Toronto. The first time, maybe even the last. The Team Liquid calling Penny back into the roster, back onto the stage, trusting in this player, trusting in his previous experiences on a Masters stage to be able to close out this series versus Paperrex.
Another interesting thing for Team Liquid here is the tremendous amount of mobility they're going to have. Are they going to be able to have that coordinated well enough? With bringing Penny back in, the desk was talking about how little practice they've been able to put together with him and Nats in the same lineup. They have so much ability on this map with the Waylay, with the Rays, with the Omen. Some really good options, but going up against a team that thrives in chaos in Paperrex. Quick clear the can there as we get into the map. Push out here for Paperrex.
Just going to overwhelm Nats. Strafing through. Some damage eaten there by something. Still able to find the opening kill. Orb available here for the taking. Prowler try to check forward. Camo doesn't get spotted by it. Added presence still going to be known. Tap on the door does force Paperrex back in towards the B site. Warning pings down. Bit of a fake there on the TP. Let's get the thorns to pop.
Okay. Got one of them. Still another to go. Paperrex was ready for that C hit. But instead, it's a change in direction through the door towards B. Forsaken doing a little jiggling.
Try to clear him out, but there's the covering fires. The paranoia gets sent. Penny desperately trying to back away. Lobs in the paint shells. Spike gets tapped, but something swoops around from upper. Finds one. APAKAH fighting back for a
Nice,
little bit.
man.
They're just
Yes.
running them down
Yes.
now. Paperrex.
Good luck, guys.
They get themselves a second pistol win. They take the opening round on Lotus.
Felt a little disjointed here from Team Liquid, and Paperrex seemingly had a good read that somebody was going to be alone in the pillars area outside of B. And they just overwhelmed Nats. No hope for him there.
Gila, flashnya Jason dapat 3, bro. Lihat, bro.
Forsaken playing that angle so well. Something with the perfect timing. The haunt reveal onto Patty Tech. The chase down by Forsaken.
Jason tuh flashnya bagus-bagus sebenarnya loh, guys. Gak bohong gua. 3 itu flashnya Jason.
Finds another crucial pistol round win. All classics here for Team Liquid. No buy-up to speak of at all. A couple Guardians, a Bulldog, a Stinger, and a Sheriff. And already a kill for Patman. Looking for more. He's got 2.
Yeah, entry coming through. Camo does manage to get on top of Patman to find that elimination, but it has just been a firing squad. Opened up here from Paperrex. In the corner here is Nats. Manages to make it a little bit more costly. 3 players surviving. Paperrex close out the anti-eco and move up 2-0.
That's A-okay though for Paperrex. You're able to keep over the 3 big guns that you'd really like to. The Guardians and the Bulldog. Outside of that, let's see what they want to buy up into. Patman holding the line nicely. Something swinging through the door. Like the proactivity here from the Yoru. He's already found a couple opportunistic flanks in the pistol and the follow-up for his team.
Ada tabrak, guys. Hanya di, perang guys, 5 aja.
The whole Paperrex squad.
And it's a hell of a read. One player set up here as, yep, Refract is going to have to be used immediately. Quick exit, trying to utilize Pen there on the Guardian, but damage not really going to be found. This Forsaken. It's going to go ahead and slot in right here in front of the door. Judge in hand.
That opens up the map here for Paperrex to try to cut off some of these other attack vectors. Something going to be trying to hold the line at C.
Point coming in is going to be heard as the wraparound comes through there from
Nice.
but something in the headshot. Pico taken down. Nats trying to fight, but cannot get it done.
Son, nembak apa, Son?
Able to find that kill, but eats an immense amount of damage. That one's going to be routed through tree, where the wall is set up. It's popped. Quick little last pack forward. Get this plant down ASAP. Lion's share of the work is going to have to be on the shoulders of Penny, you would suspect, given that Camo does just have 17 health remaining. Patman making some noise. Rushing forward, back, turn, the swing, Divide. Able to find one, now it's just Camo. Completely revealed out. And as he swings back in, Divide picks up where he left off on Sunset. A 3K form, Forsaken on his feet, bonus converted.
This is just such a great read off the rip. Paperrex completely stacking up A to make sure that rebel control can't be taken so they can set up for this cut. Even though it doesn't get a kill. A little bit jumpy there by Forsaken. That's okay, that's the info. That's damage done. And that opens up the rest of the map for them to play good defense, hold the line with those Guardians, find those kills, find those trades. And then they're able to make those rotations through and open up the flank angle for Patman. It is a really hot start for Paperrex. Going back to the previous map, they haven't dropped a round in a while. And an early timeout has to be called by Team Liquid to figure this out and figure it out now.
I mean, if you want to count from
Dia nggak nge-whiff banget, kayaknya di tengah-tengah itu judge-nya kok nggak mati ya.
So early timeout call needed here for Team Liquid. Try to bounce back in. Is it going to be the full save? Is it going to be a half buy? A couple players have a bit of money to work with, so likely to see some Stingers and Sheriffs.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got enough to swing that together. And you never know with those stingers. You just have those hot rounds. You can get those ecos to go your way.
Iya kayak sial banget coy, itu Corsair di tengah, cuma pelurunya nggak ke situ.
Have a little bit of economy behind it. Nobody's super close to any ults. Jing nih,
gue nggak suka sih guys, gue nggak suka stinger bangsat ini guys. I hate it, I hate stinger anjing ini guys.
Few things to consider maybe in the ult department for this round.
B-nya lepas banget tuh. Retake B tuh. Retake B pakai stinger sih pusing ya pala gue ya.
This looking like more of a B-sided hit where the vice wall is.
Rubble control firmly going to be the hands of Paperrex. Tap of the door. Something looking to contain these players. It's all of Team Liquid. It's pushed up, ready to try to just rush forward into the site. Saturation not going to hit. Goes up the nose of the top. Pac-Man, however, finds the punish before the refract can come through. Penny on the entry. Does get on top of Jing. Utilizes the stinger. Forsaken. Finds the enemy raise. Fully blinded up and paranoid. Swiftly dispatches him. Team Liquid now scrambling a bit. Trying to figure out where they can pivot to.
4 lawan 3 guys. Jangan sampai kalah sama stinger guys.
The map, trying to create a little bit of confusion. Paperrex was matching their every step. Now something gonna slide over towards stairs. He's gonna be the first point of contact here against this Team Liquid A push, but the spike's still all the way over at Mound, so this just maybe trying to pull players of Paperrex away to open up the C site there for PattyTech to get in.
Sees the cam go off. Swings to the opposite side just in case a pixel would be out of place.
30 seconds left.
The silent swing forward here.
Oh, go B.
Noise made. Clears the trip. The reface from Nats dealt with. Pico now. Pinned
nice.
Flushed out.
Something menyala bro.
3 players surviving. Paperrex 4-0 to start.
This is a rejuvenated Paperrex after that win on Sunset. I can see the comms. You can see the way they're maneuvering on the map. It is so much cleaner, so much crisper than what we saw on Split. Good reaction here by Pac-Man.
Pele jelek banget guys, masuk begitu nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain bro.
Great paranoia,
ya kan?
up for a good kill, gets away from the Nightfall. Something there, playing aggressive into that smoke, sensing.
Lama banget pulot weapon itu lama banget bro, sumpah susah itu.
Harusnya. Back into the buy and it looks like Paperrex are going to look to up the pace. The paranoia going across the hot reveal. The spray coming through and Jing eventually is able to find it. 3 assists lobbed in. Penny on the floor. No showstopper to be seen here in this round. Team Liquid, though, still staying stacked in position. Paint shell still available. As the C's going to be locked in. Patman finds a headshot. Jing finds 2. Nothing more to be
Let's go,
done
bitch.
to die.
Let's go, man.
Paperrex continue on their merry way.
These are incredible reads that we're seeing from Paperrex. They are just one step ahead of Team Liquid at every twist and turn right now.
Ya, itu kalau naik mati 3 guys. Itu kalau naik mati 3 sumpah.
And Haunt is great. The C's follow up to set up the showstopper. Perfect.
Kalau naik mati 3 guys, itu nggak nyampe soalnya saya celah. Kalau nyampe mati 3 sumpah.
And that's got Alex pumping his fist. That's exactly what he wants.
Critical ultimates about the cycle in here for Team Liquid, though, are still going to be on a bit of a half investment. Quick little exit. Saturate will connect. We're going to be grabbed here by
Batman, bro.
And Camo dead on the floor. Tech spamming. Fish back anything that he can possibly get to find some advantage. The Paperrex seemingly have
udah Jing, udah bangsat masih mau di-pick.
He was thinking about it.
Up on top of the tree, finds one. Penny will be able to trade it out.
Si Jing nih nafsu banget.
4v2. Just a Guardian and a Singer, and all that the Boombot confirms is yes, they are still on the other side of this smoke. The pinch getting ready to come through from behind. They try to get an angle. Nats cleans up 2, sends that neural theft. Devi immediately going to be backing away. 48 HP.
Well, it is Nats.
Jauh banget tuh Devi, Cok.
He has already shown us a couple highlight reel clips for clutches.
It's the flash. Something slows down the approach, waiting for Devi to get a little bit closer. Nats swings around over towards drop, checks in on that side. Nothing going to be spotted. Has the cam, but doesn't want to set it up and reveal his position. One of the greats. Never make it onto an international stage. Looking to try to get this clutch to keep his team in this series, in this map. Swings in, but something is just a little bit faster. Nats cannot work his magic. Paperrex have the counter curse, and they have a 6-0 lead.
It's just the Paperrex way there. Just fight, fight, fight for control of the front of A main. This opener from Patman is a belter. Jing keeps pressing, uses that smoke to his advantage. And he's very close to another showstopper. Forsaken there. Okay, they get outdone by Nats. Something crisp at the end, and Liquid already into their second timeout here. 6 rounds in.
The players on their feet.
Ayo guys, good. Very good, very well.
Desperate measures here for Team Liquid. Losing in this one-sided of a fashion, starting on your attack with double duelist. Certainly not something that they were going to see coming.
No, for sure. And the hard part about this coming into this series, when I saw this map draft, was I was like, these are almost Paperrex's 3 best maps, Pearl excluded. So you're going to have a really tough time here as Team Liquid. I know they're really good on these maps too. Man, oh man. Paperrex is flying.
4 ulti tapi mereka guys, 4 ulti.
The train has wings.
Menurut gua kayaknya gara-gara dia pakai Waylay sih guys. Sebenarnya tim Liquid nggak mungkin sebodoh ini bro. Ada Nuts lagi. Ini gara-gara Waylay menurut gua. Kayak kurang aja gitu Waylay, Race. Sama flashnya Omen doang udah.
Here we go.
This is going to be a titanic clash. Ults here on the side of Liquid as the showstopper going to be sent out the blind connecting. Rocket gets set, but Ching striking, able to find one, penetrates it back. As we go Waylay for Raze, the Nightfall going forward, gets the tag onto Divine. They're trying to flush him out, he gets the spot. Finishes off the enemy Raze.
Aduh, nafsu banget sih.
And push forward, taking down Forsaken at the door. Patman trying to play it slow, play it close, finds the first, nearly has him line up. Something now has arrived. Cage blocks, finds the first, makes it damn close. But Team Liquid will at long last persevere.
Biasaan coverage udah balik gitu anjing. Satu udah, kedua udah.
You do a ton of damage still. A bunch of ults had to be used. Everything but the convergent paths and Kiko's ult. And you still make it oh so close. If Forsaken could win that battle against Kiko, probably goes the other way. But now, you're going to be facing a similar situation here as Team Liquid with a ton of ults.
You heard it right there from the coach. We're back in the game. Could just be that first step. First of many. Camo at the ready, going to be sending out the convergent paths. Immediately pushing forward. Forward into the smoke. Nothing going to be spotted. How long does he want to stick around?
He's got his ult. Oh no!
Ngapain nembak ya? Ngapain nembak ya guys?
Something taken down. Nightball now invested from Patman. Crashes across, connecting on to multiple players. Divide will go ahead and equalize the player count, but Kiko trades it back into their favor. Jing, however, another showstopper built up. Sends it. Gets rewarded with 2 once more. As Paddington cannot.
Gue gak tau banget, dia pakai Vandal nembak anjing emang biasaan.
Paperrex not looking to give any breathing room here to Team Liquid. They establish a lead at the half.
Vandal smoke nembak kan ketres bulatnya ya tuh.
I want you to look at the scoreboard here if you get a chance.
Gatel banget tangannya, cowok.
Jing, yes, on top with the frag, but look at Patman. He nails a beautiful Nightfall here. He has 11 assists on this map.
Gila Jing berdiri, bro.
His fade play right now is fueling Paperrex.
The dimensional trip still online. Early tag damage here. Forsaken had revealed the Odin in the previous round. He's looking to be as big of a pain in the neck as he possibly can be. He has already helped to tear them asunder. Something, however, going to be taken down. Camo winning the duel at range with the Sheriff. So snappy with the shots here.
Do have the tripwire to account for this lurk. A pause. Forsaken still gets a kill.
Just spammed out. Jing blast packs over the top of it. Seems like it was heard. There's not much that they can do. They're trying to dissuade as Patman is also there.
Yes!
The cleanup comes in. The pain continues. 8-1.
It's every round on their feet for Paperrex. There's nothing but confidence right now.
Tadi tuh bener-bener pinter banget guys. Jing duluan, nafsu, dipikir flanknya satu, tau ada 2 flanknya. Jingin kill 2 lagi, mati. Ngaware kan borang.
You want to brawl? You want to run double duelist against Paperrex? They're down.
Well, Jing clearly not getting the memo on that entry from Camo. Forsaken does manage to find a bit of revenge. TP into the back here from Kiko, but it's not going to mean very much. Finds the first kill, but Forsaken has just already massacred the entire rest of his team.
Spikes down.
Cover going out. Pick up the Odin, try to counter spam out, but they're more than ready for that. Liquid can just not catch a break. From this point, Kiko would love to try to save the weapon, but has to suspect that he's going to be surrounded pretty much on all sides.
Huh?
We'll confirm his position. TP in the smoke, pushes out. He will get taken down, makes a solid go of it to be able to find the second elimination, but it is far from a round win.
Just in cruise control. Forsaken with his Odin. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh my word. Oh, Nass just walks into it.
One enemy remaining.
They're just watching Forsaken mow him down. Something still has the dimensional drift. Hasn't really had an opportunity to use it because the rounds are basically over in the first 10 seconds.
Unless he's there for the initial contact.
Yeah.
So hasn't gotten much to do. Onto the, over the top, no spot out there. Fract used from Camo.
Checking to see if Patman was waiting around the corner there. They're actually stacking behind the wall.
Blind is dead.
Top of the door, Penny out into the open. Devi able to collect. 2 players trying to stay tucked into this cyber cage, but it's not going to last very long. Flash out off the clone. Devi with another 3K. Camo, the only one left alive, and he cannot nail the targets. 4 for Devi, 10 for Paperrex. Looking unbelievably dominant as we go into the last round of this half.
This is absolutely just a massacre.
One enemy remaining.
They are swarming. Anytime they make contact with Team Liquid, they are taking the fight, and they are coming from a bunch of different angles. They are swarming Team Liquid whenever they have the opportunity. They're trying to get in their heads, trying to let them know. Team Liquid.
Gue mau nangis gitu, gameplay apa ini?
And a hero vandal.
I think they have long since been in their heads here.
We found one.
Couple ultimates dangerously close to being online here for Team Liquid.
I have the spike.
So look to try to get themselves at least a 10-2. Spot out, Forsaken backpedaling. Tries to cycle another smoke. It's a tiny little gap left in this one. Clear out, push forward. Camo able to find the headshot. Eats a decent amount of damage, but still comes away with the kill. Convergent paths at the ready.
I'll handle this.
Thinks better of it. Waits for a little bit longer now, sends it out. Jing gonna be taken down. Dimensional drip, scouting them forward. It's gonna bounce up from Penny. Devi hits the transfer. Steel Garden, now gonna be invested. The Nightfall's out. Nats is able to find one, but something cleans it up. 2v2 without their weapons, as something hits the south swing, and Patty takes position is known. Full HP, looking for the headshots, spots out the Devi, the flash flying, and once again, something escorts them forward.
Masih menang anjing.
11-1 at the half, Paperrex on the cusp of playoffs.
The train has not left the station in Toronto yet, folks. Oh my.
It is still very much here. Team Liquid need to pull off the miracle to end all miracles to run this back.
Dafai gila, Dafai anjing, Dafai gila bro. Ngoceh bang, Davai ganti aja. Kentot bocil kentot. Ya udah kalau senang aja, kalah aja. Lagi happy begini kita nikmati bersama-sama, bro. Oke. Main jelek dikit suruh ganti. Dikata ini guys, dikata apa sih? Dikata anti gores, rusak dikit ganti. Berak kalian emang anjing. Itu loh kan. Udahlah. Dikira anti gores kali player Paperrex ya. Jelek dikit ganti anjing. Santai makanya, slow. Kadang ada tim mainnya lagi jelek ya udah jelek. Tapi emang ada penyakitnya masing-masing, ada lah pasti guys semua tim. Kalau ada penyakitnya itu tim jadi dewa guys ya.
Dominance on display.
Senyum pelatihnya anjing.
On this Lotus. 11-1 the score line as we go back in. Some smiles here still from the Team Liquid camp. As we'll go ahead and take a zoom in on the Coinbase Econ report. And unsurprisingly,
Paperrex numbers are
quite high.
Divai, he's only died twice, so he's able to get some extra value out of that Econ rating. He has just been so good. Once we got past split, he got fired up, and he got involved, and he got destructive. You can see Jing there, just coasting through that high rating. It was all Paperrex all the time, other than that one round after the second.
Jangan ngomong gitu-gitu kalian, jangan ngomong fixing, udah.
Just those players on stage, just Nats, who's been a tremendous leader this year. And you can hear it in his voice comms. But here against Paperrex, this is a team that is flying. They have all the momentum behind them. They have found that extra gear that we saw at the beginning of the tournament.
2 poin lagi, bro.
They are just 2 away from delivering what I think would be the third 13-1 scoreline of the tournament.
That is a head scratcher. The fact that could be true. All right, well, it's a 5-man push. There's a weird cheeky camera cleared by Jing. Trip right at the front door. Orb grabbed. Paperrex just barreling in.
Tripwire caught there from the clone. Kiko finding a nice headshot. Is able to take down Batman. Eats a bit of damage, but that's going to be felled. Kiko still breathing, still staying alive. Jing able to find 2. So they both have to go their separate ways. Turns back. Finds the hit on the divide and gets the 4K. And Patatek comes to the rescue.
Orang nggak mati loh.
Team Liquid, they will maintain a lead here in pistols, 4-2 in that regard.
Huh?
As they find their second round win.
God, that was nasty. Kiko just gets a little bit of help from some friends too along the way.
Okay.
That one is
just off of audio.
That is crazy. At 4 HP here, you know, the Paperrex players are busy trying to clear out the encroaching players, and they never deal with them. Yeah, that's...
Hell of a way to start off the second half.
Couple
More
sheriffs
investment here.
Yeah, a couple sheriffs though for Paperrex.
Oh, certainly a chance to do some damage. Push forward, tap of the door, trying to see if they get any response here. Cam situated up but above from Nats.
Checking for some of that Cypher util.
On Cypher gini nih males nih.
Trying to clear out whatever they can, but camera's going to be in a position
Apa-apa lah, ini masih
you're going to need a deeper slope from Paperrex if you can figure out it's there to clear it safely. 2-2-1.
Dia tahu mau ke B anjir diri
Paperrex thinking about B. There's that trip. Jing could get over it, but he's got a sheriff in hand. Oh, he doesn't have any blast packs. Never mind.
Spam from Penny. Rewarded with a kill. The peek from Patatek, absolutely monstrous.
Spike down B.
Divai able to find 1. Pain Shell not quite
Satu lumayan guys.
the full deep bounce that they were looking for to finish the job, but Penny's Guardian will certainly
Oke.
suffice.
Oke. Jangan senang dulu.
That showstopper. Team Liquid cleanly close out the anti-eco.
Okay. It's a start for Liquid. Insane comeback. Don't want to give him too much energy here.
Oke.
Paperrex. The bonus would be massive. Just one round at a time. Absolutely. Has to be the mindset.
Oke. 2 round masa nggak bisa, ya kan?
Send it into B here.
Well, judge in hand here for Jing. Just going to look for an explosive entry. Wire cleared. Player going to be noted there. And upper Panatech going to be forced away. Jing sitting over towards door. Boombot does get some damage, but how are you meant to push into this?
Yes!
Bonus conversion looks like it is not on the cards.
Gue belum megang senjata ya, Jing katanya.
Team Liquid
Wait.
are tied to the train track, and there is no masked hero on horseback coming to save them. Patman will
Gue belum megang senjata ya.
to put Nats down. Match point locked in for Paperrex.
I mean,
Ya kali guys.
It's just
Ya kali 9 round.
and then let Jing do his thing. They love these judges. They put him to such good use. Team Liquid caught sleeping outside of that door. They're just not quite ready for Jing to be there. It's one of those things about Paperrex. They're so fast, and now Jing is a showstopper already.
Jing udah ada ulti. Wah, ini Jing gila sih, bro.
Looking to line up over towards C, apparently.
Kayaknya cuma disuruh kalah, Bang.
Shots are gonna have to be insane, but instantly the push at C is swept aside. Camo able to find one, a backstab getting ready to come through over here at B main. Penny getting the read, turns, finds it, clears it out. Showstopper value not gonna be found. As the plant comes in, Jing down to 36 health. Forsaken catching a glimpse. Able to see Patty there as the shots go whizzing past.
Where are you?
Paranoia expended. Jing wrapping around the back, looking to try to get this kill. Hasn't cleared him. Notes him now. Finds a shot, another paint shell going to be built up. The Prowler doesn't note him somehow. This might lead Patty to think that he reroute, but no, the Jiggle Peak does spot him out. And he will find
Ada granat, padahal ada granat. House plan lu ngumpet ya guys sih?
Oh boy, this one, I think a 3v5
Ada granat,
at some
bro.
point for Team Liquid. Hard to say with how fast those kills come through. Yeah, off the rip there. They're still able to fight back. Goodness, something. What a flick.
Forsaken.
Or Forsaken, excuse me. Unbelievable. And it looked like maybe, but that angle by Camo not dealt with fast enough. Penny there. Catches Forsaken trying to get away from Pattytech. Now you're onto a bit of a weaker body.
Kalau harusnya Gale ngomong nggak sih? Jing, pause plan, you have net, ya nggak sih?
One away from a convergence path and a nightfall. On the side of Team Liquid.
Very good retake tools. So just a little bit of a util dump. Jing dead. Camo, he's swung all the way out, and he's absolutely massacred them.
Back in a flash.
He's gonna go dashing forward. He wants this ace. Divide to try to deny it away. We'll be able to do so, but my goodness, Camo. What a round to so quickly shut things down and keep Paperrex still away from the playoffs.
Anticipating the rotate there from Paperrex, and they are not ready for it at all. And by the time they are, he's already scoped in. He's got the heads on lock. And he's ripping them off.
Nggak mungkin dong.
Starting to get it going. Still hanging on to a couple of those ults.
Nunggu ulti. Jing jangan throwing, Jing, sumpah Jing, bangsat. Tadi harusnya lu bisa pause plan anjing.
Rare double bucky round here for Paperrex. Cover going out. Brothers in arms here, it would seem. Jing bouncing forward, dealt with immediately as the headshot comes in. Penny not wanting to take any chances. Sends it with a showstopper. Be able to find a kill off the back of that one. Something, a nice sheriff shot. Finds a tiny bit of value. Widely, Team Liquid just go ahead and overwhelm, conquer these players. Nats will eventually be able to find the target.
Anjing dapat 3, Cok.
Piece of damage dealt. A But Paperrex still not getting the victory. 6 more chances. Team Liquid are building momentum, and Alex has had enough. A timeout's going to be called.
Yep, this is absolutely the right call here by Alex. You know, Paperrex was happy to just try to take this game into their own hands. The reveal right as Jing was bouncing in. The timing. Max here.
I mean, what can
gun
I do?
advantage.
What can I say?
But yeah.
Shit out like GG.
All right. Well.
Diomelin JJ bro, terlalu overheat bro.
Cut it out.
Oke, tenang.
Paperrex, but company still not in the best position. Some half armors here on 4 of the players, one of them being regen. They do have a steel garden as well as a nightfall of their own to try to utilize and bring this to an end, but definitely have to start getting concerned about this run back for Team Liquid.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it was fun for the first couple of rounds. Now you got to tighten up. Now you gotta stop the waterfall here.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
And they have an opportunity. They've got the ults. Just gotta find the right game plan.
This goes here.
Maybe another B hit.
Rap apa itu anjing?
That was the one round.
Rap apa itu baru lihat gua.
On this attacker's side. Maybe just spread the map a little bit. I wouldn't mind see them playing a little bit of ISO at the start. You know, they've been hot with the rifles. There is an op for APAKAH. So, something to consider here. So he's going to be holding that stairs angle. Doesn't convert.
Here's it immediately, though, as he takes a shot over at something. Now they know that it's in play. Batman just poking and prodding, trying to see if he can find anything. Smoke out, trying to force APAKAH off the angle. Will be able to do so. He's going to reroute. Spike, however, starting to move forward in towards B.
Yeah, they're trying to sell a fake at A, and it's seemingly working. Team Liquid has bought it hook, line, and sinker.
Still going to be nearby enough that they can quickly try to get on top of this one, but Jing goes flying into upper, finds the kill. Convergent paths now about to be set. Forsaken teleporting his way out to safety, arrives now back over at Rubble, but something's got caught up. That gives a player advantage now to the side of Team Liquid. Paperrex certainly not out of this yet. Forsaken just going to re-wrap through the baby door. Cut noise. Try to instill some doubt here. Smoke cycled onto upper once again. Basically tell the story. Mike gets planted. Team Liquid sending 3. Down towards Forsaken here. He's going to be caught in transit. He cannot escape. Camo with another massive multi-kill round. 3 at the moment. Potentially beyond for the ace. Flash out, Devi only going to be good for 1. It's another 4K. Camo gets the ace. And Team Liquid continue to run this back. The timeout not resulting in the conclusion of this series.
That Waylay ult so impactful in this round. It forced Paperrex off this.
Jing tuh udah bunuh 1 dia nge-pick lagi itu, Cok. Si Jing, Cok. Itu kebiasaan, Cok. Nggak bisa nyantai.
He's electric. He's deleting him. He is having one heck of a map here now. They have got to find a way to stop this momentum that Team Liquid is building. They've got 3 stingers, a sheriff, and a rifle for Paperrex. You've got a nightfall, you've got a neural theft.
There's 3 ultimates still available for Liquid.
Yep. We got 2 here for Paperrex.
Forsaken making some noise. Plays off the back of that Prowler and does put Penny down to 12 HP, but Camo unscouted. Going to look to try to swing out, but won't be able to get the catch this time unless they get rerouted out of A, but they're not encountering any pressure here.
I'm not going to be ready for how fast he's lurking.
Let's continue to push forward, but yeah, no tripwires obviously with his setup here as Devi about to be knives out, dead to rights. Camo finds the kill.
Thank you, Selim.
Everybody from Liquid now getting clustered up, ready to potentially go for a flood retake as Jing's head going to be spotted. TP up and over the top, a slide down. Jing does find 1, but Penny with that paint shell, able to go ahead and trade it out. Taking good for 1, Nats trading it back. Patman flushed out of drop. The spike still not planted now. Dead at drop. This is again gonna be some damage. The round win is not there. There's nothing fake about this. Team Liquid, they are continuing. 5 rounds consecutively, and Alex has to be wondering when do I pull the trigger on that second timeout?
think maybe you give him one more chance here with the ultimates in cycle. Got 3 big ones available for Paperrex. But now, Team Liquid is just matching Paperrex's intensity, matching their pace, matching their movements. So you just have to find that explosive moment here for Paperrex. And they've got a wide open A site if they can suss this out.
Time to jump.
Taking forward, something slides in along the door. Dimensional drift at the ready, sends it. We'll see that this is completely opened up here for the moment. Early paranoia going to be sent there from Kiko. Not really going to dissuade too much. Zior is able to clear things for them. Penny up over the top, Patatech on the jiggle peak, the spray, not quite connecting. Showstopper getting 7, Jing immediately shut down, Penny on top of the box. Finds both Forsaken and Jing. The wheels continuing to come off here. As Patman is only able to find one before getting taken down. It's all on Devi.
Kalau dikasih tahu di situ ada orang tadi, Cok, nggak aware apa ya?
All lined up, all pushing forward, looking to try to hunt him down. Finds the first. Can they allow him to divide and conquer? The defuse is being held, and Kiko's got the kill. Team Liquid, unthinkably, are 3 rounds away from taking this into another overtime.
This is madness. Team Liquid is full steam ahead right now. They're on a train of their own. And the destination, they want it to be playoffs. Just crazy stuff from them. They shut down the ult. They're just not ready for the player to be blast packed up on top of the box.
Nice, Eric. Yo, I don't know how you did that.
You gotta take another time out here as Paperrex. Gotta figure this out. You know, something's dimensional drift there, doesn't really see much. He just guesses that they're going to be at the top of A, and they're just not ready for Penny to be there. So just need to find that momentum, find that energy again here for Paperrex. But Team Liquid is just frying, And it's been a lot of camo on that waylay. Starting to really find the value there. He's gonna be 1 away from another ult. We've already seen that ult be mega annoying. Penny's gonna have a showstopper. Things are going to be tricky here for the next couple rounds for Paperrex.
That it is. I mean, the time ball is coming through on will be close to a thrifty attempt for Paperrex. Phantom going to be in the mix here. Bucky for Jing once again to try to see if he can get some value off of it where he failed previously. But Penny, with those kills, builds up for a showstopper. Paperrex, in all likelihood, maybe expecting to have the strats from the timeout call be implemented into the next round, but that doesn't work. You're looking at Team Liquid 1 away from an OT. Right now, the tenacity that's being put on display by this EMEA squad is absolutely astounding to behold. The peek out, the kill found. Patman dead off the rip. THOR being watched. Tap at the spike, repivot into the B site, but players very much nearby. Jing trying to close the gap. Paranoia, however, is a little bit too late. Ends up getting taken down. Penny here around the corner, spots him.
Ngapain? Wah, gak jelas sih something.
He's just standing there.
Wah, gak jelas, Cok. Gak ngerti gua ngentot.
Thank you very much. Once again to try to see if he can get it done.
Ada suaranya loh, Cok. Itu gak ngerti gua, anjing. Ada seorang lompat-lompat loh, Cok.
Liquid here at 10.
Is the unthinkable going to happen? 2 more rounds for Team Liquid, and it's going to be OT.
It's only in the bonus for Paperrex in this second half. Something trying to go for the setup, but somehow getting lost in the sauce, not realizing just how close Penny was going to be.
He should have heard the blast pack. Not sure what was going on. Maybe too much comms, maybe too much chatter.
Virgin Path's at the ready here.
Stop B nggak sih? Stop B nggak sih? Udah, rotate aja bro. Ada A, ada C.
Flash out, nothing spotted. With this fully rotating close, and Camo just inching wider and wider on the peak. Finds the kill. Boombot getting some value. Reposition from Forsaken. TP's out. The opposite side as the conversion paths does get invested. Swings in, finds one, tries to get the lineup down to Penny, but cannot make it happen. He stays alive, maintains the player advantage for Team Liquid. Go reposition.
Bisa lah kecil itu udah rame
Clear on
begitu
the hawk
kelamaan
from
di
Nats. Disguises this. And ultimately, it seems like Paperrex are going to be pushing into the site. This Prowler is not going to check the angle. As something is looking up, he's looking for
Cek dulu, kentut!
Had been tucked in behind the box.
30 seconds left.
Paperrex. I think they have to just call to save these two weapons. There's not much more to be done. But
Mana ngeliat kamera coba belum ngecek kanan
take it out of
kiri
their
coy.
hands.
They're aware this time of that negative space they've given up. They're going to hold the line right outside of C. Penny,
10
though,
seconds
on
left.
the hunt. Absolutely should be.
8 rounds in a row, 10 in the half. Team Liquid are 1 round away from doing the unthinkable.
Wah, tolol banget ke comeback sih, dia nggak tahu lagi sih guys.
One more to take this into overtime.
I mean, this is just stunning. And think about the comps that these two teams are running. They're both running double duelists, and neither of them can play an attack side. Absolutely insane.
Ngapain lihat, Cok?
We've lost the match. We've lost the match.
It's not over yet, but Alex is frustrated. You have a Nightfall to work with. It's going to need Patman to come up huge with that util again.
Just can't believe how this has gotten away from them. Nightfall across, able to find 2. TP into the corner here from Forsaken. Does manage to complete the ultimate safely. Follows the trail, looks for Nats, is able to flush him out. Feels like the first advantage that PRX has been able to find for themselves in quite some time. Sees nade combo going to be sent. Prevents the plant from coming through. They still have not gotten this spike down, and something ends up getting picked off.
Here.
Came out good for the kill. The haunt cleared out.
Cok, dia nembak loh, tapi
He gets distracted and picked apart. Some shots in, a tag out. Camo still alive, still standing, still fighting. Team Liquid have completed the run back.
Switching sides.
12 to 12.
Temen dia nembak lah, coy, itu rekonnya apa nggak temennya nembak dia kan?
Seen anything like it at the global stage. The comeback, the unthinkable happens, and Team Liquid has found another life, has found another chance, and Paperrex has thrown away what seemed like
anjing nggak jelas banget, Cok.
an unlosable match. It seemed like it was their game to take.
And they are immediately going into this overtime with a timeout call. Before we see any play, it's a timeout call to try to get this round win on the attack.
Yeah.
Coaching staff going to be feeling if we can get this one done,
right,
the 14-12 is very possible. Alex with an opportunity once again to talk to the players.
Mind Freak, now you're seeing the stress even getting to him. Usually the Iceman is cold, but right now it has got to be sweltering inside that coach's booth.
I can't believe that I'm asking this question once again, but Toronto, are you ready for another OT? Damn right you are! Let's get this started! This Team Liquid want to pull off the biggest heist that we have ever seen.
On the defender side of Lotus, both of these teams were doing all the damage. It's just mind-bending, the way that this all played out. And a chance here to do the unthinkable. Can they get it done? They've ran it back so far.
Loaded in play here for Forsaken. Team Liquid.
Oh, kalah lucu banget. Bisa kalah masalahnya, anjing udah 12 sama.
Prowlers is going to be exchanged here outside of B. Sees nade at the ready. One goes before the other, however.
Wah, ini udah jelek banget,
Not
men.
to come
Gila aja
through.
kelihatan banget, cok, kayak tadi, cok, anjing. Buru-buru banget.
Patman tucked into the corner. Clears this out, but now he's very much stuck in position.
Team Liquid being very cautious.
That's inching forward and immediately finding the headshot. Saturation not going to connect there on the Jing as he's able to trade one back. Camo going to be dead. Maps does get taken to 35. Thorns immediately popped. The wall still here on the C site. A double entry across this one, and Patitech wins the duel against Divide. Blind out something. Managing to find 2 quick kills as Penny and Kiko both going to be taken down for Forsaken, arriving with the Odin.
Sabar gak sih? Sabar.
Going to be playing all alone. Nightfall at the ready. As he will have his suspicions confirmed, Forsaken has repositioned. But to where?
It's a guessing game.
Sabar, satu lawan 2 nge-pick mulu, ngentut.
He knows he can come back and play this angle.
No smoke for 15 seconds, but a safe defuse spot here for Forsaken. Drifts out, shot, flying, had to take down the 10. Goes
Nice.
to the fight, and Forsaken will bail them out. He's on his feet before
Udah berdiri ya
he gets
Jason,
the
cok.
defuse
Babi
out.
ya Jason nih.
The Paperrex, once again, with match point in their control.
Oh man, something was struggling on the defender side for Paperrex, but he comes up with
Dava
2
udah goyang
kills
banget, cok.
here.
Agak nembak-nembak tadi,
Catches
anjing.
Kiko trying to ride the wall. And he makes him have a bit of a fall. Man, Patitech, frustration being shown, slamming the desk. Had an opportunity.
Can't fault him for it at all.
No.
To get this close and then have Paperrex take the opening round after you've committed your timeout. It's brutal, but if it's anything like we got on Split, you may just have some resets.
This is something remembering that Patitech
Kalau
was
di
playing
one
that
tap sih
stairs
something
angle.
gua kesel banget, sumpah,
Catch
anjing.
him with the spam. Patitech not really bothered too
Sumpah, A
much
aja
there.
paling
Back
gampang,
over to
sumpah,
A.
guys. Dia kenapa kalau kecil lagi sih gua nggak mau tahu ya.
For Paperrex.
Dia nggak pernah, dia tuh soalnya selalu retake masalahnya, cok. Enak, cok.
Getting a couple kills and get him a showstopper to lock this series out.
Camo tucked in. Just separated. Another thin door between them. As Penny not scouted. Do get the clear on the tripwire. A re-wrap here from Patman to join in with the rest of the team who are committing into the A site.
Rip and tear.
Camo backing away. Thorn set up at the base of the stairs. Paperrex.
Pentingnya situ lagi, anjing.
Does it all end here? Or does Team Liquid take us the distance and then some? Everyone in position, drop down into the site. Some spam
Low banget,
across.
low banget tuh, banyak tuh, low banget
Takes
low.
them low. 97 HP between Patitech and Camo. If something holds back here. The paint shells buy some time. The push is coming in. Forsaken collecting 2. Divide finding another. Nats has fallen. And it's all on Kiko's shoulders. The 1v3. Not
Yes!
to be found.
Yes!
Close but no cigar. Paperrex nearly drowned in the Pacific Tides, but they keep their heads above the water. And Liquid cannot stay afloat. Paperrex are going to playoffs.
In one of the most unbelievable matches you will ever see in Valorant, Paperrex has sent another Pacific team to the playoffs. Paperrex, engines full of steam, they're on their way again.
Tim kontol, tim kontol.
Sumpah ya,
Cok, tim kontol, tau gak tim kontol? Ini tim kontol, sekontol-kontolnya kok. Gua stres, anjing. Tim gua sendiri padahal, tapi pengen kata-katain guys, rusak jantung gua.
Astaga naga. Thank you donate-nya, sabar gue lagi pusing guys, sumpah anjing guys. Thank you cepet sama gocapnya anjing, ini tim goblok, tim kontol.
Yakin kalian lebih
bego haram.
Lu bayangin anjir. Tim gua cok kayak begini cok, 11-1 cok.
Tai emang kontol bang, sumpah bang.
Gimana
Apa
mau
nih?
juara anjing kalau ngecok kayak gini babi.
Gak tahu, gue pusing.
Gue kasih tau lo Cio
Pegi
ya.
dari ngantuk sampai bangun lagi.
Iya, Arki aja gak kayak gitu loh Cio. Gue kasih tau
Ya
lo
iya,
aja.
kalau lagi nggak usah ditanya lah, lagi bagus.
Babi anjing.
Lihat Gofrod, gue udah kayak orang gila Fortnite Bro.
12-12
Lihat.
supaya match-nya gak kayak gitu sih anjing. Nggak, gue dari yang galau jadi gak galau jadi kepikiran
Gue
duit
awalnya
anjing.
kayak nyantai. Kok 8, kok 10, kok
Nggak,
11.
gue dari 12 dari
samping OT.
dari 12 gue bilang ya kali satu doang ya kan, gak kerasa gak kelar. Beneran anjing sampai 12.
Iya anjing, ini PRX secara gak langsung naikin AdSense-nya VCT anjing.
Sumpah haram bego nih tim anjing.
Ngejingnya overheat anjing.
Baju anjing.
Najis bego, najis banget.
Gak sehat banget gue nonton tim gue sendiri guys, gak sehat guys, sumpah guys.
Sumpah kurang-kurangin anjing PRX kayak gitu.
Guys, bilang sama Nikhil sama Matt ya, tolong kerjasama sama rumah sakit di tiap negara guys. Gue yakin
Iya, anjing, setuju gua,
program ngecek jantung sih, gue rasa tuh minimal Indonesia, Singapura, Malaysia, Thailand minimal ya guys ya, itu kayak 1000 orang per negara tuh ngecek anjing di setiap match bro.
Anjing darah tinggi, darah rendah, jantungan semua ada paket komplit anjing.
Menurut gue sih kerjasama sama rumah sakit sih, Matt. Mister Coach Sleepy tolong lah cek Indonesia mungkin rumah sakit apa gitu yang bisa kerjasama ya.
Itu Swaggy itu Swaggy hampir sobek baju PRX itu anjing, ganti ke Arki langsung dia.
Having too much fun, your ass too much fun anjing. Tai lu jing. Too much fun anjing.
Anjing.
Muka lu udah gemeteran too much fun.
Enggak, yang getar tuh Dava ya anjir, yang getar Dava ya tadi apa?
Paling blunder ya. Itu Jing sama something anjing.
Ya, enggak Jing overheat. Gue akui dia tiap udah masuk bunuh satu, dia nge-pick lagi. Gue nggak mau tahu, gue harus skill 2, harus skill 3 gitu. Jadi mati mulu.
Something bingung.
Oh, something kayak emang kayak orang bingung sih di map ini.
Nah, dari tadi ya something orang bingung anjing. Cuma Jason sama Dava yang lumayan Jason sama si Patman yang ini yang lumayan fokus anjing.
Kalau si apa? Kalau si Dava tadi akhir-akhir dia getar, dia udah kayak kaget gitu loh. Getar ini nih, draw.
Itu harusnya kita hampir kalah. Untung tadi siapa sih yang musuh tim Liquid yang terakhir Wifi anjing.
Oh ini milih. Sabar milih nih. Diem dulu.
First seed of each region now having a chance to pick their opponent for their first opening matches of the playoffs between Sentinels, Genji, Wolves, and now Paperrex. So going through from my left to the right,
ada ini coy.
Our number 1 seed representative from EMEA, it is Fanatics Milan, and for Americas,
tapi nggak apa guys. Dengan inilah Valorant lebih bernyala ya nggak sih? Ya nggak sih? Positif thinkingnya dengan inilah Valorant lebih bernyala. Dengan inilah Valorant lebih bernyala guys.
Kalahin HP,
gacha, mereka gacha ini.
Gacha, yang keluar duluan milih. Pasti yang duluan bisa milih.
The order of the teams in which they're going to go, and they're literally going to pick their opponents off of this. So the fate is quite literally in your hands. We're going to start clean. I'm going to go with this top match. Second team drawn goes here. Third, we're alternating. All right, and I think it's super simple, but again, it's all up to you guys.
So free for all, just to make sure regional matches are good.
Free for all.
Benar dong, dengan ini Valorant menyala.
So without further ado, let's go ahead and pick up the first seed, and the first team they'll get to choose.
Nih yang main duluan nih, Fix yang main duluan nih.
XLG.
Wah, pick Wolf gak sih dia?
Alright, Hoya. Who do we have here?
Tahun lalu gue jantungan pas Sentinel main.
Do we want Sentinels?
Oh, dia lawan Sentinel.
One of the boss.
Okay, why Sentinels? You want
Oh, Sentinel pede juga dia.
I think
gila loh, dia ngambil Sentinel loh anjing.
I want to see the XLG playing Sentinels. I think that's gonna be banger.
I'm sure the Chinese fans and also the North American fans will be looking forward to
that.
Pede
juga, bro.
Let's go ahead and pick our second team.
Dia ngambil Wolf. Ngambil Wolf enak, Cok. Gampang.
Enggak. belum ada yang pernah main sama Wolf soalnya bang.
Enggak, itu kan Cina lawan Cina. Wolf pasti Wolf.
Pasti ngambil PRX.
Wolf udah ambil, ngambil Wolf, udah pasti ambil Wolf, udah pasti fix.
Dia ambil. Bener kan Genji anjing gua.
Belum.
Early birthday gift, you get to choose your team. You weren't gonna go for PRX?
No Pacific for us.
Dia main aman lawan Wall anjing.
Wolves is ours.
Bukan Wolf, udah pasti. Ya, ini PRX G2 lagi bangsat, udah pasti anjing.
Itu yang ngambil Sentinel gila anjing.
Main aman.
Tapi seru sih, nggak ada apa sama apa kayak ini ya, seru ya.
Ya, nggak ada nggak.
Seru. Settingan nggak settingan anjing ini guys.
Fanatik.
Soalnya kalau misalnya antara dia berdua yang nge-pick, pasti mereka akan ngambil Wolf, semuanya pasti akan ngambil Wolf kecuali Cina. Karena paling
ngambil PRX nih, soalnya Genji serem anjing.
Ya, ini abis itu PRX harusnya diambil. Genji terakhir.
Pasti ambil PRX anjing, sumpah yang ambil Genji sih kata gua sakit nih.
Nah, udah PRX.
Fanatik lawan Genji anjing.
Is this gonna repeat again? Josh RT, who are we going for here?
Lu kalau dia ambil Genji seru sih ini sih.
Enggak, dia ngambil PRX. Dia tahu dia udah sering menang mulu, Cok.
Pasti ambil PRX. Oh, mati udah fanatik anjing lawannya Genji anjing.
Just for safety. Toronto, do we want the G2 versus PRX? And Coach Milan.
Elah. Dan terjadi lagi.
We were talking about it. I think
Dan terjadi lagi. Tiap master ketemu mulu.
Ini match seru-seru banget ini guys. Playoff seru-seru banget sumpah guys.
Ini seru.
Last year in Shanghai, but all I'm gonna say is different Fnatic.
Yeah, different Fnatic for sure. You guys came out with a lot of firepower. Let me just have you stand back with Josh RT here. I'm gonna ask one final question as we go down. Sorry about that. We want to go here with start things off with Huya.
Tapi ya XLG sih ketawa gue kalau jadi XLG ya tim baru ya mending ambil Wall anjing ngambilnya.
Enggak, tapi dia sama-sama Cina, nggak mungkin kayaknya dia kayak asik sepengah.
Kayaknya dibilangin dah apak dan apak kayak dibilangin dah.
Oh, make sense makanya nggak diambil.
Ya, kayak lu Cina sama Cina, masa lu kayak mau ngerebut crop lu sendiri?
Cina percaya sama gue, gak ada yang mau nonton anjing.
Same time.
I'm trying to instigate here.
Same time, we want to try our best to achieve the greatness, and we just
Rusia.
come here to follow our goals.
SLG ada ini, ada Ragnar.
Josh is our goat, so we'll try to repeat whatever he done before.
Itu aksennya R-nya nekan banget anjing.
Iya.
Rusia nggak sih itu?
Bukan. Kayak bukan Rusia deh.
Kayak bukan deh. Genji kayak harusnya menang sih lawan Fnatic menurut gua. RRQ juga lolos harusnya. Wah, RRQ bisa juara sih.
Dari semua pakaian ya, pakaian RRQ paling proper anjing sama Fnatic.
For us, it's been a long journey, and we're just trying to improve a lot. I feel like we're really confident right now, and we're pretty confident to take on any team here. So we're just happy to be here.
Kalau misalnya Alek, si Ewok dari South Africa.
This is awesome. Also, chat, I was expecting, and chat, because I am talking to the camera, I was expecting for this to be more of a trash talk, but everybody's so humble and nice. Is it because we're in Canada so far? Josh RT, do you have any bad words to say?
Not at all. I think this is an insane matchup. I mean,
Aku dua lagi, Cok. Tim Liquid sekarang ketemu G2. Lihat guys. Kurang coba apa PRX.
Serem ya.
Bukan serem lagi kan, si Fruit serem banget. G2 lagi kencang banget anjing.
Masalah G2 tuh gila anjing.
Sekarang ganti. Iya, gara-gara Jogemo gila makanya bahaya.
Jogemo tuh bener-bener manusia paling konsisten, paling talenta yang pernah gue lihat anjing. Masalah itu kalau bahkan G2
some of the boys they have history with this team in the first round, so I see it more as a fun challenge. I think if you want to be the best, you got to be able to beat everyone anyway. So I'm not too worried about it.
Fanatik sih kata gue sih goblok lah. Itu raja terakhir anjing diambilnya.
Enggak, lu alasan aja lu bilang mau the best. Lu kalau pilih duluan nggak mungkin milih Genji kan?
Iya anjing yakin gue dia pasti ngambilnya Wall anjing.
Dia unlucky, dia kayak Atai gitu sumpah.
Atai katanya.
Nah, Arki kayak bakal lawan Genji lagi gak sih? Lihat sendiri.
Iya, Cok, Arki lawan Genji, Cok, ketemu fix sudah.
Arki sama Genji dari dulu ketemu terus loh. Gak pernah gak ketemu.
Tapi berarti minimal feeling gue grand finalistnya udah pasti ada satu apak feeling gue. Minimal banget.
Arki sih kata gue sih.
Kalau Arki Genji udah pasti masuk kan. Terus dia tarung nih abis itu ke upper final. Kemungkinan besar dia menang, dia ke grand final.
Gue kayak punya feeling ya kalau Arki Genji kalau lawan lagi kalah anjing Arki. Gak tau kenapa gue punya feeling kuat gitu anjing.
Besok ada WP besok ya berarti ya?
Enggak, habis 2 hari lagi kan?
Boy, we've
Jumat,
seen
The Jason, Cok.
matchups in past global events.
Playoff-nya kapan
Before
sih?
I'm back on the desk here with
Jumat.
Ender, Koala Noob, and
Jumat kan
joined
playoff-nya
by
kan?
Forsaken from Paperrex. We're just gonna jump right
Jumat
into
nggak sih
this
playoff?
because Forsaken, no matter what happened on that stage, you have history with every single Seed 1
Matches,
team.
events,
But it will be the
events,
rematch against
Toronto.
G2. How are you feeling?
I mean, I think I kind of expected to be G2 again, but this time they pick us, so maybe we're gonna revenge them, you know?
Yeah. Wait, so the last time it was
Jumat
you
ya?
were, yeah, you picked
And
them
we
and then
lost.
they
Jumat,
won.
Jumat.
So now it's reversed.
Reverse, maybe?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. What did
Oh
you
iya,
make
tanggal
of some of
13
these picks? 'Cause
RRQ
you were saying
main
that, you know, for
SLG nggak mau ngambil Paperrex karena Paperrex kemarin kan menang di turninya Cina coba sama
Yeah, I
SLG.
think
Guys,
XLG,
sepertinya nih.
getting the first pick
Sepertinya ini kan
was
sekarang kan
probably
di
the best
11
thing
ya.
that can happen for
Kayaknya
them.
bakal dimajuin.
Not that I
deh.
think that they're a weak team. I just think like when you look at like Gen
Nggak mungkin
Z,
dimajuin.
what's
Thank you
right
Bang
now,
Momon 50.000 Bang
G2,
Momon.
like you really
Mungkin
want to
dimajuin
like
nggak sih?
a step ahead and
Wah,
be
ini
able
sih
to
seru
like
banget
get
anjing guys, sumpah.
easier,
Thank you Bang Momon.
maybe not
Thank you
matchup.
Reza.
Yeah, going last is the unluckiest position to be in. I think.
Ini
with
kan
how
playoff
strong
yang
Gen
terseru
G
yang
were
pernah gue
looking.
nonton
But
dah
I'm
ini.
actually curious, Forsaken,
nggak
if
tahu
you've been
sumpah
like
sih.
following G2
Enggak, apa
throughout
namanya?
the year, like how many of
Tanggal
their games
13
you've been
malam itu udah
watching,
mulai
or
playoff.
how closely?
Oh, but yeah, I mean,
Playoff
they're
sistemnya sama kan?
so great team. Their teamwork is insane right now, and all of the players can shoot, you know. But I still believe in my team, so yeah.
Bohong, bohong, bohong.
I saw the video of you and
Tadi
Jay on
ngecok.
social videos, like
Banget,
you're
kenapa?
wearing each other's jerseys. Like you're, I think he was like sitting on your knee. You were like sitting on him and stuff like that. So how are the vibes between you guys? You friendly? This is a friendly
Kita
matchup.
coba ya, El Clasico di Valorant itu
Maybe
Arki sama Genji
He's
sumpah
sat on
itu
your
El
knee now. I
Clasico
feel
baru
like
itu.
that's a connection you
Yeah, maybe
cannot
now we're
break.
close now, yeah.
Yeah, no,
But
it's quite intimate.
I
Yeah.
hope you don't wreck me, you know.
Ya Ember udah kalah guys.
Okay, but what about Joe? What's your history with Jogamo? You respect him?
I mean, we met them in LA, and he's kind of.
Capek gue soalnya
As a person,
telanjang
so
gini
yeah.
gue.
How are you
Buang sial tetap aja.
reacting post that final map there? Because it felt like completely you had crushed, and then somehow you wind up in overtime. What happened?
I mean, it was 11-1, right?
Yeah.
I was like this all the time.
Ini
I was
pertama
like
kalinya
100,
playoff
and I
ada
was like
PRX,
checking,
ada
but
Arki, ada
somehow-
Genji anjing.
We almost shocked at the game, guys.
Ada
But
3 apak
hopefully we
anjing
just
guys.
shock here, you know.
Oh, yeah, this is
No more
Satu
in
Cina,
you got it
3
out of the way, you got it
apak.
out of the way.
Yes.
Yeah, and of course,
Satu
Forsaken, I
NA,
think
satu
you're probably the
Eropa.
best
Gua ngeditnya
player
stres.
team to haven't yet won a trophy
2 Eropa.
globally. Now, like you said, you got the trophy
Bentar,
out of the way.
G2 tuh NA atau
you're in
Eropa sih?
form, you're looking kind of scary. You got G2 coming up. How confident are you?
Itu Amerika.
I'm
Amer.
100%
2 Cina
confident.
sah, 2 Cina,
I mean, every time we
3
learn
apak,
a lot of things, even with Batman. Now I think our role is good.
2 Amerika.
2 NA,
Yeah, I think as a team now we're
Satu
kinda
EMEA.
fighting. We try to like
1 EMEA.
hype as a team and try to like
Gila
always
apak
be
mendominasi
positive
3
when we're
apak
playing.
di satu
So, yeah, hopefully
slot apa
playoff
di
we
satu ini
can
satu
break
bracket
all the
anjing.
teams here.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I have a little
Jarang-jarang gue
bit of a
liat 3 apak
question.
masuk anjing.
I think internationally you guys always do good against other regions. Like, how do you guys just consistently manage to like make the style of play
Keren.
work
Apak
against
udah
like
mulai
different
improve
regions who
nih.
have
Udah
like different
ngebuktiin
styles
kalau
of like
apak kita tuh
comms,
better
different
anjing.
like everything. You guys just always seem to like find that consistency and it just works. How?
Well, actually, I mean, our team actually, we just like, we don't like really think too much about how they play, but we try to like improve ourselves and our team gameplay, how we can make it better, and like maybe for like strat and stuff, we kind of like anti-strat, but like not that much. So we just believe, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense, right? You made it now
Itu
through the
Paperrex
Swiss
nggak
stage.
pernah peduli musuhnya mau
play
gimana.
Jason kecil ya.
Some of the teams here
Ya,
in Swiss
ngomongnya
stage, you know, the
aman
number
banget
1
ya,
seeds are
bener-bener ya
coming out.
anjing ya.
Tapi emang gitu kan Swag, dia tuh nggak pernah peduli musuhnya mau gimana stresnya. Pokoknya gue harus kayak WWE bodo amat. Kalah ya udah, yang penting itu stres
Tapi
gue.
apa sih mental begitu tuh ya, mental begitu diperlukan sih, makanya bisa menjadi one of the best flex player yang pernah kita
Itu ngaruh juga walaupun sering kalah juga, tapi pertandingan yang ditunggu ya pertandingannya dia.
Aman-aman Mas Clipper.
Somehow even Genji they have
Hampir
new
gua gedik
player,
tuh
right?
pala,
And last
sumpah,
time in
anjing,
Pacific
sama
they
gua.
also almost like
Hampir
chocolate,
gua udah
but
gedik aja gua.
they are somehow always improving, you know?
Live chat gue bangsat banget,
They
improve-nya nggak ada kali.
really perform right now and, yeah.
Are they better than
Biasanya sih
the
improve ya,
G2
timnya sih enggak ya menurut gue
XLG
anjing.
and RQ in the tournament?
Babi
I believe
emang
in
ya.
Pacific, but I think Genji.
Enggak, sumpah ya. Pepper.
Yang improve overhitnya sih gue lihat sih.
Oh, JRQ the best.
Gak ada
Oh, I love that.
disiplinnya
I mean,
anjing Pepper.
Nggak something sih, nggak something harus di PR trend anjing. Ada
Konsisten
sama
ininya
anaknya,
sih,
anjing.
konsisten overhitnya aja sih.
But
Iya,
the
anjing.
Sen pick, right?
Nafsu banget, anjing.
You had XLG
Mending kocokin mic
They
sumpah.
can pick whoever they want, and they pick Sentinels. Are you
Kocokin mic-nya
if I'm
sekarang.
surprised- You at all?
A little surprised, to be honest. I thought it would be between Sen and Wolves, but I mean Sen I guess showed a little bit of a weaker like group stage. Maybe these teams think that they can like find something to like stop them and like shut them down. So to me it kind of makes sense. I didn't expect any like regional matchups because I just feel like it doesn't make sense. But yeah,
something is something sometimes all the time.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen there. But unfortunately,
selamat tidur ya guys ya, yang sudah istirahat, yang mau istirahat, yang mungkin jantungnya nggak bisa tidur kayak dia habis minum kopi, kafeinnya silakan ya. Beraktivitas dulu.
Besok waktu lu mukbang,
Completely turned it on its head, but honestly I think Billy Gaming, unfortunate for them, they have the regional matchup up against Wolves. A matchup that they had been winning if you look historically, but maybe not adapting as well to the patch, the slow play.
Kemarin masih ada, itu asisten coach itu performance coach juga, bukan asisten doang.
Team Liquid too. Forsaken, you just played against them. You just eliminated them as well. What about? I guess I would look forward to Split 2 and also Champs eventually. How do you think Liquid can do? Were they difficult to play against today on the server?
I mean, they have Nat, so they shouldn't be worried because Nat is like a really good leader. I see all of the clip. He's like always like cheering up the team with like a lot of like motivation words. You know, I think for me, I think he's the best leader right now. I feel
he can bounce back, right?
He can bounce back. I believe my Bratan can bounce back.
Yeah, he's also going to probably want the rematch against you when you guys make it to Champs too. But for now, let's take a look at the bracket because the draw is set. We know what we're going to get at the playoffs. Just to remind you guys, the schedule is not set yet after we take a look at the playoffs bracket from the Swiss one. So make sure you keep your eyes
Itu nggak dimarahin sih. Itu udah gila banget sih Spek.
Are playing on which days. But yes, we can
dia emang ngecok aja awal-awal tapi bisa balik begitu gila sih mentalnya.
Paperrex made it through. They will be going up against our first seeds who've been waiting, watching, anticipating. And I think the other interesting thing is the way the bracket goes, right? Because Forsaken, if you beat G2, you're gonna face the winner of Sen here.
Tapi menurut gua Paperrex kalau misalnya bisa ngalahin G2, dia gampang banget ke upper finalnya udah. Lawannya menurut gua Sentinel sama BLG maksudnya nggak yang sekuat
seberapa
kalau udah ngalahin G2 mah.
I think the top bracket actually is
ya nggak sih?
good for us.
Dibandingkan di bawah tuh guys, di bawah Genji, RRQ, Fnatic,
I don't know, but I think they're looking.
Di bawah strong banget cowok.
Mestinya RRQ nggak kalah sih.
Maksud gua kalau BLG sih, oh ya SLG.
Kalau misalkan ada King Jenkins sih nggak bakal kalah dah.
No, I think there's no death. I think G2.
Ya lu berharap aja sebetulnya Kim Jenkins nggak turun sama sekali performanya ya. Kalau turun sih kelar sih.
Tapi jujur ya, Arki dari kemarin menang perkara Jenkins cuma. Jenkins dong, udah.
Tapi metanya berubah nggak sih? Arki kan nggak pakai Tejo kan dia?
Iya, nggak pakai Tejo.
Ya dia berubah, maksudnya dia berubah kan metanya pasti. Dia pakai Tejo kan?
Tapi ya semua berubah semenjak Jenkins nge-abuse dulu.
Itu juga berubah pasti menurut gua nggak akan seserem sebelumnya karena kemarin itu serem gara-gara pakai Tejo semua guys tim-tim itu.
Tejo udah di nerf udah sampah sekarang.
Di nerf jadi mereka metanya berubah semua pasti.
Just keep you guys something to stew over in case you needed another reason to come back. Jason, would you like to sell your game? Why should the fans tune in for playoffs to watch you versus G2?
I hope you guys keep supporting us. And I hope today match not gonna make you guys feeling loose.
Suara kipas lu tembus
guys. You've given them a reason today.
Yeah, I just want to make the game exciting, for the fans. So.
Nah, bohong, lu deg-degan kan tai. Soalnya lu deg-degan kan yang bohong.
Track by track. Yes, track by track. But with that, I guess we're going to close things off. Thank you very much, Koala, for joining me. Thank you for taking congratulations once again. Thank you, Enda. We're going to miss you. We're definitely going to miss you. And thank you to you guys for watching. We're going to be back on the 13th, Friday the 13th, to kick everything off with playoffs. Have a lovely rest. And we'll see you then.
Thank you, guys.
Udah. Gua istirahat dulu guys.
Thank you ya guys. Sampai jumpa guys. Arigatou gozaimasu. Ciao Bella. See you on the next live stream. See you on the Wednesday. Bye bye.